Do it.
Let's do it then. What is going on, everybody? We got Pocket Salsa already in the chat. Jazz was already in the chat. 8-Bit Mike already in the chat. What is up? Holy cow. I don't know if I'm just slow in the uptake there or what today. Suki, how you doing? You guys are slow today. Typically, you guys are already bombarding us, demanding ham sandwiches at this point. Hell is this?
Oh man, this iPad, dude. I don't know what it is. So I think was I a little was I cutting out a little bit last week? Do you remember that at all? Do you recall?
Oh shoot. I can't remember at this point. I'm so sorry. Hey Fletch, what's going on? Zyma Co, what's going on? Hey Daniel Anthill, I like that name. Uncle Spank, how you doing? Carolina Cool Cat. Also, shout out Mr. Von Fake Name for rad ass resin Toys Alive fucking thing that I put magnets on and I'm now wearing on my shirt and I'm praying does not fall off at any point during this because that would make me look like an ass. Recycle Galaxy, what's going on? Josh Smith, what's going on? Daniel Anthill, I like that name, dude.
Daniel Anthill. There's no H in there, but it could be Anthill. I think Anthill sounds cooler. Cool. 8-Bit Mike, what's up, dog?
Poor dude, that's just his name, Anthill, and here I am being like, Daniel Anthill. That's so clever.
Yeah,
Daniel
that's a cool
Anthill.
name. No. He's like, if that was my name, that would be cool. That's actually not my name, but anyways, thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for coming in. Suki, what's up, dude? Strafe 7, what's up, man? Gonna be looking at some Strafe 7 pieces tonight. How are you, dude?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm gonna automatically just kind of touch on like that weird thing sitting right behind me there. Because I do demand a little bit of an explanation because obviously a one-trick pony piece. You would have seen this at assembly required. Now I've got to ask, man, how did you not end up like? Were you grabbing this for yourself originally?
No, I'll tell you the story on that. What's up, fellas? Coming in, Bliss Receptor. Hello. Dre, what's going on, man? We're going to be looking at some of your stuff tonight. So here's the story behind that. That actually, it was at AR. It did not sell at AR. As bad as I wanted it, it didn't sell at AR. I went with some other things. I honestly thought you were going to pick that up. And then there was some, dude, that's funny that I'm just now telling you the story. So then I reach out to One Trick afterwards. And I'm just like, hey, man, do you have any leftovers for the show? And he goes, there's some other people that want to take a look at him. And he goes, actually, Crumbs was one of them. And I said, you know what? Perfect, dude. I wanted to grab something for him, but let him grab whatever he wants first. And then I'll get everybody taken care of. And then whatever's left over, I'll see what's left, right? So he goes for the stuff and he goes, oh man, he couldn't decide between this one and this one. And, he did mention that one on the wood. And I'm just like, oh, that's the one then, dude. So I did it. Originally I was going to get the meat package one, which I thought was hilarious because you're vegan. And I'm just like, I just want this dude to have some meat in his house. But I ended up going with that one, dude. That one is so unique. It's on
my goodness.
It's just a gorgeous swampy. I know you're a swampy fiend. I know that One Trick is a good friend of yours. So it's just a thank you, man. I thought that would be a cool gift for you. That's all that was.
It's gorgeous, man. And this is one of those situations like couldn't have expected it. You're absolutely right that I fucking the hell out of this one. There's kind of a reason that I didn't grab anything for myself at that time. I ended up grabbing some other stuff for some other homies.
Yeah.
Did not expect in a million years this. I even told One Trick Man, admittedly, because I know that he has done the long flocking before. It does almost look like there's like a clear casting in there with like almost two types of green almost. The moment I saw the drill hole in the back, I was like, no, fuck off. No, fuck off.
Yeah. And you know what, man? He's got a couple pieces. I have that one piece that's mounted on the piece of wood. It's got the cauldron and the emperor on it with that. Yeah, exactly. Right. Dude, the presentation of some of those, man, are just they're wild, dude. To say they're unique is a huge understatement, right? Those are like that presentation, man. That's That's crazy, dude. And that, you know what? I didn't put that together. I think that was separate, right? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
bag
didn't
and
want to try to put,
tagged.
yeah. Okay. Okay. I didn't want to try to put it together, but I was kind of looking at it like, oh, yeah, that looks like it would go this way. So, anyways, cool, man. King Dingus, what's up? Von Fake Name is in the house. Calico Chris, what's going on? Death Anima Studio, what's going on? Good to see you again. Skyjacks, what's up? Uncle
Skyjacks.
Spank,
That's smooth. Every time I get to that one, I'm always like skate jacks. Okay,
that's so, and
here's
it's so wrong. It's
Skyjacks.
JJAKSKYZZX. So I'm just going with Skyjacks. I think that sounds pretty sick. Sounds like kind of like a Street Fighter character. So congratulations, you are now Skyjack. Oh man, no guest this week. How about that?
It felt very weird. There was a couple of times that I definitely had like this like freak out moment of being like, do they have the links? Do they have all the links? Did I get
Yeah, even though it felt
who's
weird,
got
it
them?
felt a little good though, right? Like not to it's just, when I think when we have a guest on, dude, even if we don't know that person, we want to be kind of up to date with their work and their releases
Yes.
and kind of what's going on. So there is a bit of homework, I guess you would say, going into that. And this week we're just kind of doing homework on whatever we're presenting and accounts we're showing and whatnot. And like the good old days, man.
You kind of nailed it though. It's always love having guests on. And the thing is, and I think we've even touched on this before, we put a lot of focus, I think a lot of times on the up and coming accounts. We do trickle sometimes into like that like 1500, 2000, 5K accounts. But we really don't spend tons of time in like the 10,000, 15, 20,000 K accounts. Once we get up there, you do almost have this little bit of intimidation of kind of like, okay, well, one, don't ask them the same fucking questions they've been asked 50 times because nobody wants to rehear that. You're also kind of like, okay, be a little bit more respectful because you can be a little bit unhinged sometimes. This person has been doing this a while. They might not be as tolerant, don't be a dick. So it comes with a little bit more of a higher expectation. I swear, dude, I don't know what's going on. I was looking at the YouTube live chat up above. I look like I just rolled out of bed, dudes. How's nobody ripping on me for this? Look at the crypt keeper over here. Like I've been sick for 8 years or something, dying of cholera.
Cholera. Wow. Got the black lung pop. Oh man. You know what, dude? My chat is all frozen up, dude, on my iPad here. I'm gonna try to get it going again. I don't know what's up, dude.
It might not even be you. Admittedly, I can't tell if the chat's just super quiet tonight. If YouTube's being funky. I know right before we started our stream, it was letting me know that we had a bit of a weak connection there. I wondered if that was because I've got like 10,000 tabs open. But then I also stopped streaming cartoons and it seemed to lighten up. So
you know what, dude? That's a good point. I don't know what it is, man. I have this other man, I don't even know what it's called, dude. Is it called a it's some sort of thing that you put in your house that's supposed to like really expand your Wi-Fi.
yep.
It's called like net or something or
Right. Like but basically like your modem, like a really good modem, right?
yeah. And I got a new one and it's supposed to be like all the business and it seems like it's pretty good. And I didn't think I had it connected to the right one last week. So I don't know, but now it's my iPad. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of seeing the chat kind of now.
Well, and what's kind of weird is not that we're changing the entire concept of our show or something, but admittedly, I know that my Wi-Fi, because I connect directly up with my work computer, but my phone kept dropping connection. So like my actual Wi-Fi itself wasn't going. And sometimes the issue is actually, Stripe, someone's saying a signal booster. Sometimes, like I remember when the guy came to start landing it because Peter hooked me up with like a really fallen ass fucking Wi-Fi thing. But he was like, well, actually, the size of your apartment, you're gonna cause it to bounce around too much and actually disrupt its own signal.
Yeah.
So I don't even know, man. I don't know.
I can see that, man. I'm in the back corner of my house, dude. So it's kind of hard to say, but yeah, dude. Hurt Toys. He's my go-to. on dude, I remember even when we were kids, dude, like he was the speaker guy. Like he always had somebody who could hook up speakers hella dope, right? That was Hurt Toys back in the day, man. That was a dude you went to get your speakers figured out, installed, whatever, new decks. Remember the face plates that you had to remove? I don't know. I know you don't drive, bro, but yeah, absolutely, man. Taking that. I saw a little meme on that the other day, dude. That was comedy, bro, when we used to have to pop those off. But anyways, dude, yeah, IT, not really my thing, man. I can sign on, I can follow directions. That's about it.
Well, yeah.
I can hook up a sound bar.
Yeah.
Like that. That's in my realm. I can do that.
Hey, you mentioned like having that guy, and this kind of came up in a conversation today. And actually, the person's in this room, so it wasn't today. Actually, it was last couple of days. They're gonna probably be like, "You fucking asshole," or maybe they'll hide and they don't want to be called out for this. But they were shocked. They're like, "You roll a J." I was like, "Yeah." Like, you never roll joints. I said, "Well, I don't roll joints when I'm in a room with people I might have to become the designated roller." They're like, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, because then you're rolling everybody's joints all the time. So the secret is if you get good at rolling, or you're pretty good at rolling, you don't roll in the group at all, then you become the person who has to roll. That's like common knowledge, right?
Yes.
You hide your rolling skills.
Well, you try, but like you said, man, once the cat's out of the bag, I mean, that's it. And that's the type of thing that goes on. It's for decades now. It's been going on. Yeah, absolutely, man. Crashman 27, what's up, man? How are you? Jazz Wiz, what's up? I didn't see you to begin with.
Skilled one. My buddy, I've got a buddy, Ridzik. I shit you not, this dude could be half asleep or drugged out of his mind on the couch, and he'll reach his hand out. You give him a paper, one hand roll, lit up before you even blink an eye. This dude will have one rolled up, just one-handed in his mouth.
Nice. You know what, man? I've always heard. Now, I know this is probably the same thing, man, but I know a few people that were locked up for years, man, and they got really good at rolling cigarettes one-handed. In there you get a bag of, American Spirit or a bag of Bugle, right? You're a fucking king in there, bro. And they're very, very good at it, man. Rolling it up with one hand. It's
I know the boys in here the one day were all like laughing, being like, "No, Crumbs, you can't." But a homie of mine, they were at an antique store. They went to buy a tin of old tobacco just for aesthetic. That thing was sealed, full of tobacco still. They tossed a bunch my way. This shit was over 100-year-old Virginia tobacco. The tastiest, smoothest dart I've ever smoked in my life. And they definitely, if you look online, there's like people that like they purposely go hunting for that old ass tobacco to smoke it because of how like smooth and delicious it is.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. The world of cigarettes, dude. I don't know. I've never really been in that world, but definitely seen, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've just never really been a cigarette smoker, man. But I know as far as saving money, I mean, fucking hey, bro. Like, I don't know what's the cost of a pack of cigarettes now.
Well, I'm a dirtbag. I smoke res darts, $3 a pack for me, but you're looking at almost $20 a pack Canadian for the average person. So like 550 USD.
Oh no, it's more than that, bro. It's like 10.
Yeah, no, it'd be 12,
10, 12, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, like, I don't know if you know this, some of you guys know this already, but like even when you're saying that, like, so I do batch bowls, right? Like it's always a rip of tobacco and then cannabis. Like there's always dart in every bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I know a lot of people, man, who will not smoke bud without tobacco.
Joints are blunts, in my opinion. You don't need the tobacco. You just have the weight. It's good enough in that. But like bowl tokes, man. Anyways, we're way off topic at this point. Holy cow, man. Jeez. Hey, you've got a Dre Aziz box. I've got a Dre Aziz box here as well. So that's not even bother re-tagging Dre Aziz twice in the thing. But yeah, double Dre Aziz box tonight.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's gonna be sick. Pocket Salsa says says $9 to $15 a pack, depending on location. Yikes.
See, the moment you start thinking of every purchase that isn't a toy in realms of how many indie toys that can be, it really starts to make you pissed, man.
Dude, that's what I was just thinking about. I'm just like, man, dude, then let's say, you're smoking a pack a day, bro. That's some quick, easy math right there to, kind of let yourself know how much you're spending a month on that. But hey, whatever, man. Everybody's got their vice, whatever. But you're right, dude. I cut mine with Easter grass. Suki. All right.
I couldn't even actually fathom spending $20 a pack on darts, man. If I wasn't smoking res darts at $3 a pack, I would not be smoking tobacco.
Bro, what are res darts?
They come from First Nation reservations. So take into consideration how taxed cigarettes are. If for $3 you can get a pack of non-taxed cigarettes, but the moment this comes off the reserve and goes into a store, it's $15 to $20 basically.
So where do you buy that then? Do you have to go someplace special to buy that?
You'd have to go to like a First Nation reservation, yeah.
And how do you get on? Are you allowed just to
drive on in? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, just drive on over.
So out here, man, we have I live really close to a really large Air Force base, man. You can go to the base exchange out there and not pay tax on the goods out there, but you can't just drive on and walk in if you're just a civilian. I have a lot of locally, my sister was in the military, and so I can get on through her. But yeah, it's not like that. That's interesting, man. It is. You know what? I know that that land like that out here, it does have its own rules, because just in the work that I do in construction, we're doing some work on some native land out by Yosemite. And the rules are different out there, man. I mean, how you report stuff out there when it gets to like injuries and whatnot, they have their own set of rules, which is not much different than us, but it is different. So I can imagine that the pricing and stuff would be like, well, I mean, shit, dude, if you're a smoker, that's a hell of a deal for you, huh?
$30 a carton versus for 10 packs of darts versus probably like, I don't know, 200 for 10.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I mean. I couldn't fathom it. I couldn't fathom going from $35 basically.
So the question is, why doesn't everybody smoke those, or do they?
Well, see, so where I'm from back home in North Bay, most people will, because the reservation's like a 10-15 minute hop, skip, and jump. Here in Toronto, it's just not really something to really think about. Because we don't have like reservations like firsthand, like right nearby in the GTA or anything.
Yeah.
But you could say the same thing about cannabis, right? Like we have what's called red market here, or sovereign cannabis. And essentially it's non-governmented cannabis. You have these stores in and amongst the actual GTA, and they'll do things like 2 ounces for $100. Take that in for a sec. 2 ounces for $100, man. Where do you see that ever?
Well, exactly, man. And you know what? I'll see that out here. I'll see an ounce for 50, but it's not,
bushel weed.
I was gonna say it's nothing to write home about. You know what I mean?
And you know what actually kind of really sucks, if anything, it hurts me that it's red market, because the issue is that as somebody who cares a lot about cannabis, you're basically preying with those prices on people of a very particular income bracket. Typically, that's going to be like your lower income making people, or people who are sick, right? And there are people who are relying on this as medicine. And as somebody who, like, the moment I smelt it, even I was just like, holy shit, this is coated in pesticides. And so like the moment it's not going through Health Canada, or it's not being regulated or any way, that's where you're kind of like, yo, this sucks, man, because like this is medicine for some people, and like you're hurting people.
Yeah.
That's not cool. But hey, we could talk about that forever, man. Before we get into like unboxings and all that fun stuff, do you mind if I pull up some accounts? I just kind of want to do some shout outs for real fast.
I do not mind that at all.
Sick. Because not that we're a show that like hits, and do I actually have the right, is the screen actually showing a share screen right now? The right screen?
It sure is.
Okay.
It sure is.
I don't want to be sharing like my weird downloads of porn and stuff like last week.
Hey, let's just take a minute to admire your tabs up here at the top. Like, I don't know how many you got going on, bro, but that's pretty impressive.
I think I've lost count at this point as well, to be honest with you. But Hey, you were double hitting those fucking pages today too, man. So we were just filling up
Dude,
fast.
I think you and I were on the same page at some point where we were like, hey, okay, let's start throwing in stuff for the show. Next thing you know, dude, holy shit. We must have thrown in probably 50 different items in there in about 5 minutes. It was one after another. Anyways, let's check it out.
Oh, right. So Feral Foundry actually, it was jokes to me, man. On his birthday, I ended up dropping this on there. So if you guys didn't know, 3 days ago, what was that? I don't know at this point. 3 days ago, I believe it was on Sunday night, but maybe it was Monday. It ended up being a birthday. So happy birthday, Feral Foundry. But they ended up dropping
Yeah.
this guy here. Crazy, man. And I don't know who's responsible for it, but personally, I feel that um, the Toys Alive live chat between fucking Fletch and Skilled One and between yourself, Glow in the Dark, and Glow Cane is now, I think, the most heavily used resin drug on the streets. I don't think I see a post anymore that doesn't talk about Glow Cane. So I'm just putting that out there. I do think that you guys in the chat have single-handedly turned the glow in the dark market upside down onto its head.
100%, man. I know people now. I know people that are only collecting glow in the dark stuff. People that you know as well that are only doing glow in the dark stuff now. That's it. Only collecting that.
Oh my goodness.
Which is cool, man. That's oh this yes.
Now, Brain Orgy ended up actually hitting us up, letting us know that they're going to be dropping a bunch of customs on Saturday, I believe they said. Yeah, Saturday, April 8th at 9 a.m. Arizona time. I believe that's going to be 2 hours before me and one ahead of you. So for anybody in the Pacific, that's going to be what's 8 a.m.
Yeah, no, man. I'm gonna show off a piece of his from his last drop tonight. Crazy. Look at that, dude. Crazy cool customs, man. Very, very cool.
Now
Brain
I know
orgy.
Brain Orgy, if you are watching, I know you did send us some pictures. The issue is on PC. It seems that they were disappearing messages, maybe. I'm not sure. It wouldn't let me actually repopulate them to open them into tabs here. But I still wanted to make sure we came over to your page and gave some love. So these are all gonna be kind of dropping on that Saturday. Brain Orgy. I guess I've got that tab twice. Fane Base. I wanted to kind of give a little shout out because, dude, one, you you went and snagged up some dopies in here. Oh, Keith, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. So I know some homies. I think Spank got one of the ogres, one of the blue ogres. Those blue ogres, those went so fast, dude. Yeah, see, Spank got one.
Nice.
And I got on there, dude, probably, I don't know, a minute in and they were gone already. So that's
So
why
good.
yeah, so that's why I snagged the black one.
This dude is so much fun. I don't know why. I really, really liked what he ended up doing with the IG88 head in these.
Yeah, and you know what, dude? You know, O'Keefe gave everybody a fair shot on that one, man. I know that
Oh
guy has
yeah.
a lot of
I'm
stuff,
not
man, but that thing sat up there for a good little while before he grabbed it. So
I
um
wasn't ridiculing whatsoever. I was congratulating on some good grabs.
no,
I
no,
think some
no. Yeah, no,
dang.
I'm just saying, dude, I looked at it so many times and was like, oh man, dude, I can't believe somebody hasn't snagged that yet.
So good.
You know, I think Lab Monkey 9 had a comment about that one right there where he talked about the posture, and he's absolutely right, dude. The posture on that top one, yes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Hey, actually, speaking of Llama, I meant to pull open this tab here, and for some reason it didn't. I didn't end up pulling up. This is so fucking good, man. If you're familiar with the
Mm,
toxic, like the Toxie from Toxic Crusader, right?
yes.
This for the ballerina skirt, genius, genius.
Awesome, dude. Yep. Very cool. Look at the
Such a
brain up
good
top too,
piece.
man.
I know, dude. Yeah, he did a great job on this piece,
This
man.
guy,
Actually,
man.
too, Angry Beast piece. And I noticed today because I was creeping Angry Beast, they let it drop that. Oh fuck, this guy looks so good, man. Well, you already know why I would be like already hot and bothered by this piece.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gosh dang, man. And then the arms. We were talking the one last week about whether the arms would be casted in the pink flesh tone or whether or not they were painted.
Hmm.
It's on the post on their website for this. The only paint on the facial features here. So resin cast.
Wow.
on those fucking arms.
Yeah, dude, those are nice.
I really do, and I mean this in the most sincere way possible. I think Angry Beast does like to kind of subtly flex. I do sincerely believe that them typically choosing to hard gradient things and make everything resin pores is a bit of them being like, yeah, I've been doing this a while, I'm good. Like I'm gonna play with this and have fun with this, but like I'm good.
Yeah, it's very good, man. Um,
Went on a little Canadian tour there for a second.
yeah, no, the clarity on that first one that you showed with the blue head, dude, that thing is and I think that's kind of what you're alluding to, right? Like, yeah, that's just a plain blue head, but you look at that and you're just like, whew, that's
Especially
nice.
when it's all poured.
Yeah, yeah.
Clutter Magazine. This is gonna be an insane one to watch, man. And I'm sure we'll be kind of like poking and looking through because it's happening on the April the 8th. But this
Yeah.
freaking lineup is just insane, dude.
Yeah, man. There is, oh my goodness, dude. Look at that. Okay, Lab 9, of course, King Spider. Oh my goodness, the Wendigo, Yo-Yo Dine, Toxic Fumes, Shark Sandwich, bro. What you know about Shark Sandwich?
Nothing, actually. I'm not familiar
Yeah,
with Shark
I bet
Sandwich.
I bet that if you saw some of his stuff, um, you would recognize it. It's under somebody else's name though. Somebody help me out with who's Shark Sandwich is, man. Joe somebody. Um, anyways, he has that one he did a figure of that guy who's like the raver who's like totally twacked out. Um, that's a classic one. He did E-Man, where it's just like a tab of E,
Oh shit.
like an E pill.
Well, if anybody in the chat there ends up, yo, Pocket Salsa, I think we're gonna be fighting for that one, man. Because, dude, I don't know if anybody else is catching the play on words there, but like that is one resinous looking lung set and throat on that fucking dude. Yeah, we'll fight to the death
Yeah.
for that one, Pocket Salsa.
Joe Mama. No, you know who it is, dude? It's Slin Joe. Slinn Joe. Slin
Slin
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, that's Shark Sandwich Toys.
There we go. There we go. There we
Which,
go.
you know what, dude? So let's just look at this dude's account real quick, all right? So if you look at his stuff, like I think his stuff is legit, dude. That's something that's a little bit different.
I think that's comical. I like that. Whatever.
Yeah, that's the E guy that I'm talking about. But dude, you look at his likes and stuff like that. And they're so low, dude, and his prices are low. He's in England. But he does a lot of cool stuff, man. I mean, Hurt Toys is a fan of this guy.
That's legit. That's a good play on words there.
Yeah, for sure,
Optimus
dude.
Prime. The fucking
Yeah,
Prime.
and look at that at 50 pounds, with postage, 50 pounds posted.
Yeah.
So,
See, and that's something to pay important attention to because we've talked about that before. The price of something with postage in versus the price of something and you're about to get hit with the postage, sometimes it can weigh out the same. It's like,
yeah, and scroll down a little bit, dude. To he did these guys like NES man, like this 2-pack over here. That NES man, and then the Genesis
oh,
man.
that's smart.
Yeah, 130. I mean, and look how big that backer is, dude. That thing's massive. And I just don't understand why this guy has. I mean, maybe that just doesn't appeal to a lot of people, dude. But it just seems like his stuff is always a pretty good price, and he has cool stuff, and it just just seems like he's kind of under the radar for whatever reason. But it always seems like it's reasonable prices, especially coming from England. That's where you get hit with $20 or $30 shipping on there, and all of a sudden it's not a good fucking deal anymore.
But like you just said, coming from England.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see what the hell. Anyways.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is, dude. Maybe it's that he mixes in a lot of his family stuff in there. I know that they travel a lot, and I mean, I've been following him for a while. But I mean, look at that one, dude. It's got 18 likes on it, dude. That's, and I'm not saying every post has to have a bunch of likes, but
No, but it's
it just,
bizarre.
yeah. And you know what, dude,
Especially
if you go back,
clean paintwork.
yeah, and that's kind of a, been like his thing, that character. Once he hit that, I mean, he pushed that for a while at a couple different events over in England. But if you scroll back even further, man, I mean, he's got cool stuff. He's got you know what he's got, man. This is what Hurt got from him. He's got some of those. God, dude,
Remember this?
you'll have to tell me what this process is, where they dip it in something and it comes out with like there's like that film on top, right? And then they
Oh, the
dip it
hydro
in there.
dipping?
The hydro dipping, yeah. So he does a lot of
Yeah.
those, but he does them with like Motu figures, 5.5s, and then they're dipped in like comic book. You know what I mean? So they come out
Oh,
with like this comic book.
smart.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
dude.
really cool. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kind of like you would do the decals on like
Look
a
at that 5.5
fender.
muscle. Yeah.
Yeah, like this here. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. That's
super
exactly what I'm
cool.
talking about. Right.
Yeah, transposing it on. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
34 likes on that shit, bro. 34 likes on that. And those were not expensive, man. I don't know if he still has those or not, but he was selling those and they were cheap. Anyways.
Well, I just copy and pasted the link into the chat there. So anybody who's interested in oh my goodness, because now it's Slim Joe, but the shark. What did you
Shark Sandwich Toys.
Shark
Yeah.
Sandwich Toys? Thank you.
Yeah. Which apparently won't come up if you put in Shark Sandwich Toys. So
It will not. It's gonna be Slim Joe.
yeah.
That threw
So
me for a loop, man.
Colin, what's up, man?
Yo, I got some of those hydro dipped boys. Nice.
Yeah.
Again, we're already starting to kind of see some of the in-action figure stuff kind of pop out as well. I know Random Skull Productions is kind of doing a bit of a tease here. I know everybody's been seeing these today, right?
Pamro, yeah, that's his at least his second release of those. Those are clean though, man. I have one, they glow super hard.
And again, prime example of 32, including signed postage.
Bro, and those are from Middle Europe somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Ukraine,
I can never remember if it's Poland,
Siberia.
Czech Republic. There we go.
Czech
For some
Republic,
reason, I always
yeah.
want to put them in Poland, but I think that's oh fuck. My brain's not thinking today here. Pendragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Correct.
Germany.
Correct. Yeah, those are clean though, man.
Terrible
Like
Toy Works, man. That tease for your fucking box.
Mhm.
What was that? 161 paint apps, like 63 friggin' like coats, X amount of days chilling out in the elements.
Straight up, dude.
Huh.
And the other thing with the Terrible Toy Works, dude, is I saw that and I said, dude, that's total like Indiana Jones, like a stolen idol type presentation. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you saw the pics, dude. Those are, God, dude, like the presentation. I don't think you can really, downplay the presentation at all, because the presentation on those pieces, dude, is just, it's fucking phenomenal, man. It's like above and beyond anything that I've seen out there, and it really adds a ton to the piece. Now, the piece on its own is amazing, everything out there that they make, but the presentation, I mean, bro.
No, of course, earlier today in the story, they had the front face of it, but these are the aged boxes ready to be all packaged up and everything.
Yes.
Insane, man.
Yeah,
We talked about their photos before, how they get this lovely like gradient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just looks fantastic, man.
Yeah, I actually asked him about the his lighting and stuff, and he kind of told me what he uses. I mean, it's all stuff that I don't have, but yeah, the photos and the scenery that they do is, God, dude, it just adds. Oh my goodness, dude, that's just stupid.
See, and like now I'll admit, like I'm sitting here being like, I wish I had taken a screenshot of the box earlier from the story post.
Oh
it was
man,
so gorgeous with like the imprint of the figure on there.
Yeah. Those are great, man.
What can you do? Beautiful work.
Hmm. Anyways, holy moly.
You know what else came in that box that we were finally waiting for? Because this was what you thought this might be coming on the 23rd, and it came on the 24th.
Yes.
Now, I haven't been getting the Wonder Wheel going, so if you've got an unboxing or something to show off in a moment, then I can start loading up some names. But a big pile
Yes.
of Mike stuff has arrived, which we've talked about doing some giveaways for.
Nice.
Now, I've let you know I'm going to be dropping a couple of these around Toronto as well. I'm probably going to hand a couple off to Peter so he can get them out and about towards Huntsville area. But otherwise, there's a shit ton of giveaway stuff over here, man. Tons and tons. And it seems like almost everything is like UV reactive or glow in the dark or sparkle filled or.
Yeah.
So we gotta
I
start
think
getting those out into the world.
yeah, dude. And everybody else who won some of those, they should be receiving those in the next few days. And then with some of this other stuff that we're going to give out, man, I still have a bunch of these, you know what I mean? Of the, like you said, of just the packs of stuff. And we're just going to keep dropping them in boxes. And, you know, the idea is for, look at that one, dude, that Frankenstein on there. That's dope.
Have you paid attention to some of like the captions and stuff that he put on there, man? Like there's the Rook, I guess, has you can go anywhere you want. It might just take a few moves. The Queen one has like you're a queen, you can do anything. My goodness, man.
I know. And it's you know, the idea is to drop those around or keep them for yourself or whatever you want to do. But yeah, dude,
the universe, obviously. That's what we want to freaking do with them.
But we got a lot of them. Yeah, I'm gonna do a post probably this week sometime with some of the other giveaway stuff that we have, man. Dude, big shout out to Barbarian Rage, man. Barbarian Rage sent us bro, what a freaking gem this guy is. I mean, he sent us literally a box full of stuff to give away, comic books and some pieces and some of those Stinkor air fresheners and I mean, total surprise, man, that it showed up. I don't know if you saw, I think Simeon Cheese got a box from him the other day. And it was a large box. And I was like, holy shit, dude, I got that same box. And it was just full of stuff to give away. So right on. Thank you, Scott, for that. And we'll do a post on those in the next week or so.
Speaking of Simeon Cheese,
yeah,
it was Simeon Cheese's birthday this past week.
Hey, happy birthday, my man.
So happy birthday to Simeon Cheese, man.
Now is Simeon Cheese, does he canoe? Do you know anything about him personally?
I don't necessarily know if he canoes, but you know what? I could picture Simeon Cheese cruising in a canoe, smoking a J.
Or kayak maybe.
I could picture him kayak as well. I think he's over in Michigan.
Yes, so that would make sense. Plenty of lakes up there, right? From what I hear. So him and I were talking at one point, and I thought he said that he was going to watch the show while he was out on the water, like kayaking. It was probably last summer sometime when it was, you know, weather to do that in. But anyways, side note there. What's up, Simeon Cheese?
If Simeon Cheese is watching for whatever reason, that'd be awkward. But he actually is probably one of the biggest supporters of just up and coming toy makers. You know, it's crazy to me how long he's been doing this, how large of a portfolio that he himself has. And it just warms my heart when I see like Saruga Mark doing something and you'll see Simeon Cheese down in the comments being like, yes, get it, you know, and you're like, as if, man, like he is just really somebody who loves toys. He loves this toy scene. I love seeing how much he actually just like motivates and inspires and like really feeds back into everybody else's love for it, man. What a gem. He's one of those people that we're so fortunate to have in the toy scene, in my opinion. Even when I think of like the work that Minifigure Militia does, right? It's kind of like, yeah, we're so fortunate to have that type of a person in this scene, man.
And you know what, dude? He's got the little the gumball machine. Remember the gumball machine type thing that he did with all those little casts in them? Yeah. You know what was funny, dude, is I bought like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 spins. And I ended up getting like 6 or 7 spins, man, because he would spin one and it said free spin. And so I would get a piece and then another free spin. And then I hit free spin like twice in a row. Next thing you know, dude, you got a handful of these things and they're all super glow or UV. There's some nuggets in there. There's that Mr. T head. Sick, dude. I love his pieces. Dude, reminds me of Trash Joy for some reason. With
Fun.
you know
I
what I
know
mean?
that.
Yeah, it's cool little pieces.
And Trash Boy actually had a sick ass drop. I was hitting him up in the DMs earlier tonight. I was hey, I'm gonna need you to fucking send me what's left of that DM sale. I was on a call the other day. I couldn't even pay attention to the call because I was too busy going through the Trash Joy studio post, being like, okay, that's claimed, that's claimed, that's claimed, this is claimed. But they're fun. It's that Gashapon style of toy that for whatever
Yeah.
it's just a lot of fun, man. And like even Simeon Cheese, hilarious dude. Like at one point, I remember hitting him up, and I was like, "Hey, man, like it's that classic. Like there's certain things in your store, but your store can't ship to Canada." He's very much kind of like, "Well, what stuff were you looking at anyways?" So you kind of let him know some of the stuff. He literally ended up throwing in like one of almost everything he had ever released up until that point. You're opening that box, just being like, "The
This is Trash Joy.
all of this." Simeon, sorry,
Oh,
Simeon Cheese.
Simeon. Okay, yeah.
But holy cow, man. Hey, I saw you snuck in on that Trash Toy Studio grab. Did you end up getting that box yet?
I did, and I just got it yesterday, I think, and so I'm gonna save it for next week to open it. But
Yeah.
you're right, dude, and that's a perfect little piece. I mean, that one I got the guy who's doing like the jackhammering, like the construction guy, right? And the thing that is so obviously right, but the thing that's funny about that is the card and the title of it is Dream Job. And we talk about that all the time. Like, dude, like I don't think construction, unless you're just really into that type of thing, was really a dream job for anybody that I work with. But the kicker is, in the end, it's a very good paying blue collar job that you don't necessarily have to have a great education for. You have to be able to show up and go to work and work hard and do it day after day, 5 days in a row, and you're golden, man. So and that's what pays the bills for a lot of people. That's what's going to get a lot of these guys to retire. And so, no, it's not your dream job. But in the end, did it get you where you wanted to be, outside of work? If it's paying the bills, it probably did. If it let you raise a family and just kind of do your day to day, I mean, what can we ask for more than that, besides a shitload of toys?
I'm not gonna put this artist on the spot at all, but somebody did post it recently today that they're going into the workforce for the first time in like a very, very long time. And basically posting kind of being like, just so you guys know, like this is gonna slow down kind of the amount of art that I can put out. Super fortunate I've been able to be doing art for this long, but also very grateful that I won't have to be stressing on just relying on my art for everything. And it was like, even just reading it as like somebody who collects, it was bittersweet because in your brain you're like, shit, you've been doing this for so long, like you earned in a way the right to be able to just do your art. But yeah, it's going to be very relieving in a lot of ways to be able to take that pressure off your art and be able to just do your art now, because this other job is going to be able to kind of make sure that everything's going to be okay. Whether you sold everything else out on your Etsy that day or not, that job's going to make sure you're okay, man. And that'll allow you to enjoy your art more, that intrinsic, extrinsic value again. If you're always like bleeding and just bleeding dry, oof, not good for anybody.
Yeah, and not only that, man. I mean, I'm sure the art probably looks a little bit different and probably comes out a little bit differently when you're in not that kind of fight or flight, like I have to make something that sells to pay the bills, in sort of that kind of mindset. I mean, I'm sure great things come out of necessity, and I think that's an old saying, right? That but on the other hand, I mean, I think I could see it going the other way, where there's a little bit of desperation in there and you're just like, man, I got to get this out and I got to get somebody to buy it. Somebody has to buy this, and then you kind of just start making stuff that's rushed or
or using the supplies you have rather than buying quality supplies or trying, the list goes on. It's again, but
yeah. Anyways, you're right, man, and it all comes back to just kind of being able to pay the bills. But I could definitely see that having an income where you're able to do that, and then just kind of take on some art projects as another thing besides that. Congrats to whoever that is. It's that's not easy getting back into the workforce like that. But
Well, and that being said, too, no shame. Like, for the record, anybody who's out there making toys right now that like has been able to do it for a while, where they're just doing the run, or thinks that at some point they haven't made it unless they're just doing the run. Like, we're all human beings living on planet Earth. Nobody is expecting the supernatural from you. Like, it's all good. The more you're honest even about that kind of stuff, probably the more likely somebody can relate to you, and maybe lend a hand when you're getting tuckered out, carry a part of the mile or something like that, because they can do a collab or something, right?
100%, man. Yeah, 100%.
Hey, you got a big pile of unboxings over there?
I do. I do. I do. Let's open one.
Why don't you open one? I'll start loading up this wheel here. So if anybody in the chat while B is opening that is saying, hey, I'm in the room and I really want to win some 8-bit mic, chime into the chat and I'll start loading up that Wonder Wheels. Nim Studios, what is going on, dude? If anybody
what's up?
Studio has a 101 Twig figure right now that they are looking to get into a collector's hands. So reach out to Nim if anybody has seen that post.
Bobadrock, what's up, man? Saw him come in a little bit ago. So the first one we're going to do is from Creature Maker Toys. I'm going to see how good you can see this. So my setup is a little bit different now. This is my second week using this other computer, and I hooked up the other camera today. I don't know if you saw me messing with that before we got on here, but we're going to try to do that, and hopefully that'll be a little bit smoother. But anyways, this is a Skelly tank from Creature Maker Toys. This is solid resin, man. This thing is like a paperweight. Solid, like the weight on that thing. Very, very nice. Ages 18 plus. All right, so no kids on this one for whatever reason. Creature Maker Toys, man, check them out. If no one, gosh, I'm sure probably almost everybody in here either follows them or has at least heard of them.
So I'm going to interrupt you really quickly, only because it's hilarious to me. I actually right now have something saved as bookmarked on one of my pages. I'm going to share it with you guys because I get oddly stoked. Oh, don't tell me it's not there anymore. It might be gone. I wanted to share a Godzilla tank that's a vintage toy, because it always blows my mind now whenever I end up seeing like somebody take a big head and slam it on top of like a tank or anything like that, because the first time I've ever seen it is like a vintage Godzilla toy. But I'm off the mark. I lost the tab.
Oh, all good. Pockets also says he loves tank toys. Yeah, I love, and Suki says he likes tank toys as well. You know what's funny, man, is once I got this, I realized that I do have a couple other tank toys, most notably Rick Sands, the spray tank, which are very cool. I just took some pictures of that the other day. So anyways, this is the Skelly tank. Really nice. Really nice. How's that look, man? Does it look yeah? Nice. No adjusting or anything like that. There's no external camera. So this is the built-in camera that I had on my last computer was not working and no one was able to repair it. So I threw it in the river. Anyway, Skelly tank from Creature Maker Toys, man. There it is. Good one. Bam. 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 Hey, great job on the videos, by the way, dude. Holy smokes, man. You were pumping those out over the last, I don't know, week or two. There was some really funny stuff in there, dude. You had me and my kids laughing. Very good. Well done, man.
Man, I'll admit, I love going back through like footage like that, because it's crazy how much, one, you forget, how much two, you don't really like absorb in the moment. You're hearing them when they're talking, but you don't necessarily like absorb everything. And it is really oddly nice to go back afterwards and you just catch certain things that people are saying that you're like, oh shit, that was smart. Oh shit, that was good. Like, and I feel bad because Rainbow Yawn, I feel he's such a good sport and he's kind of like of the same humor as myself, but he kind of got the short end of the stick. Everybody else ended up getting really good, like intelligent seeming quotes or like something that seemed like brainy of them to say. Then you got Rainbow Yawn listing off his drinks, talking about how his money don't jingle, it folds, and telling us he's got to go rock a piss. It's like, sorry, dog.
Oh man, those were funny.
Um,
Suki says pick not bad, need some diffused front light. Yeah, bro, I don't know how to do that, man. I
you need
hear
one
you
of
though.
those. You need one of those circle things that all the TikTokers have. One of those circle lights that will just the ring, the light
Oh,
ring.
you know what? I actually have one of those.
Oh,
I used it once, and actually I used it on one of our first like things. And it pissed me off, and I put it in a box, and I've never used it since. So I don't actually know what that thing does.
you know what was scary to me when I was doing the edits? We aren't like children. We haven't been doing this that long. Why do we look like babies in the first episode? We look like we've aged so much. You dudes have aged us so much.
You know what's funny, dude? I noticed that too. I looked at that, and I'm just like, when was that? It wasn't even a year ago. It wasn't even a year ago. Speaking of, we'll have to get into this more later in the next coming weeks, dude. But dude, what do we have? What is it, show 48?
47. Tonight is the 47th episode.
47? So shit, man, 52 weeks in a year. We're gonna hit 52 straight weeks. In 5 weeks, man. We're gonna have to do something like super legit for that show.
Birthday
But
suits.
dude, 52 straight weeks, man, without missing a week. We should be proud of that. I think that's an accomplishment, man.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? Anybody who's ever been a guest on our show, if we didn't catch you in one of those like clippies, let me know that you feel left out. Like I'm not even being a sarcastic asshole. Let me know, like, hey, you did miss me. Because I couldn't get over how many times we've had not just guests come in to interview that are just dope ass makers, but the amount of homies that have come in to share unboxings with us, or even step in to the plate when one of us needs to take the time off. It was cool
Yeah.
going back and seeing that where it's like, oh shit, yeah, like Skilled One popping in, Fletch popping in, General Porpoise popping in. I think our first YouTube live, General Porpoise ended up popping in. Same thing, right? To see the General's energy that first time ever to like all of a sudden sitting there with you, just chill and chatting. I know we missed near Halloween. He would have had that rad T-Rex costume going on. I know we definitely missed some of the guests coming in with really freaking awesome masks and everything. And Pocket Salsa, 24-hour live stream. So I'll have to try and find a link. Anybody who's interested, hit me up later. There is somebody on Twitch that is absolutely hilarious in my opinion. He made a shit ton of money where he basically had his webcam on him while he slept. And depending on your donations, you could have his computer do different activated triggers, like set off his fire alarm, blast different music. And one of the things was if you ended up sending money to get the Goku turning Super Saiyan, you'd have to rip his shirt off. The amount of times this poor SOB was trying to sleep and all of a sudden he'd have to wake up and you just hear, I am the power, and ripping the shirt or whatever, and he'd just start ripping his shirt off in his sleep. And he made like 10K. So if you ever want to do a 24-hour live where we lay in bed, we let the boys throw money at us while we try and talk toys, hey, you let me know.
I'll let you know. Let me jot that one down in my notes over here. Bliss Receptor says I should jump on a plane and do the show live with you for episode 52.
So he shows up
Wow.
first thing in the morning. We chug an entire 2-4 of Canadian beers, and then we do a poutine tour, and the first one to puke loses.
Oh my God, that sounds so horrible. Poutine, dude. I've never had it. I've seen it.
What?
I've never had it. Bro, where the fuck are you gonna get poutine in Northern California? You're not. I can't name a place out here that has that, bro. I've never had it.
Can you get
Never.
fries?
Oh yeah.
Can you get gravy?
It's like fries and gravy, right?
It's yeah, and fries coated in cheese, covered in gravy. It is so good, man. It is
Okay. It sounds very good. I've never had it. I've never even seen a place that has it before.
It's so good that I bastardized it the other night with tater tots. I did tater tots and shredded cheese and gravy. Oh,
So Suki says right up there with Moco Loco. So Moco Loco, I have had that. I've had some really good. There's a place in Sacramento called the Red Rabbit, who has a really, really good one of those. But you know, Hawaii is the spot to go if you want some of that.
Oh, spam, big old spam dudes.
Yeah, King Dingus says I can make that. I'm down to make that. I'm definitely down to make that.
So the key is, in my opinion, cheese curds. For any first time person eating potato, it has to be cheese curds. And the odd thing is, if you've ever been to Vermont, then you'll know the squeakier the better. You need some real squeaky ass rubbery fucking cheese curds.
You know what, man? Cheese curds there's a restaurant out here that I think has cheese curds as like an appetizer. I can't remember where it is. But besides that, man, that's another thing that's just, I think that's more of a regional thing. Jazzwiz says he gets poutine in Kentucky. I'm not looking hard enough. I guess, man. I don't know. I think if you ask me and the homies I hang out with out here, when you say poutine, everybody would look at each other like, what the fuck is that, man? But then when you describe it, they're like, oh, I'd eat that. Hell yeah. Fries and gravy.
That's what's so trippy about it, man. And admittedly, like, yeah, Dreza's knows it. Get your hands on good cheese curd. Good cheese curd will literally know on the package, man. It'll say squeaky, extra squeaky. Squeakier the better. They know. It should sound like you're chewing rubber.
I was gonna say, what does squeaky mean? Does that imply like the texture?
Yeah, because cheese curds are basically like rock nuggets of like broken up cheese. And the reason why you typically put them on potato is that they're like they goop. They melt with a goop.
The goop. Okay. Well, that sounds good.
It's a goop.
All right, man. Well, we've talked about everything except Toyz tonight, I think.
Yeah. That being said, I'm going to do a share screen here of the wheel because I was trying to catch you guys as we were talking all this nonsense. A couple of you guys did hop in and chime in while we were talking poutine that I did not know were So I'm going to.
So I do want to comment on something just real quick. So King Dingus said the best places to get dope curds in Cali is local dairy farms. Thank you for that tip, because when I go up to our job site in Santa Rosa, I end up going up through Petaluma, and there is some world-class dairies out there. So maybe I'll have to pop in and be like, what's up with the cheese curds? King Dingus says it's the shizzy.
No, I don't know about you, man. I feel like the wheel looks very empty this afternoon. It
does. It does. Who are we missing in there?
That's what I'm saying. I'm doing a lot of this copy and paste game, but I still feel like we're missing some homies. Suki's in there. Dreza's is in there. Carolina Cool Cat is in there. Nimmy, got you, homie. Yes. Bliss Receptor, yes.
You know what, dude? Let me just say something real quick. I know the crowd's a little bit lower tonight than it's been in the past weeks, but you know what? I really think, and it's obvious, right, that I think a lot of those larger crowds were brought in because of the guests that we were having. Lots of people that were first timers and that are just maybe friends and family of the person that we were having on. So no guests this week. So I think everybody that's in the room is here for kind of what we freaking do, right?
For some toys and unboxings and win some cool toys.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you everybody for showing up tonight. We're going to give away a lot of shit. Skyjack.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Recycle Galaxy. That's another one.
There we go.
Zymot. That's another one.
See, and I knew that there were some homies that had shown up that for some reason I hadn't grabbed there.
Zymico, man. Good Lord.
Zymico's been a casting fucking machine this past week, man. That table is so covered. What the hell?
Uncle, that's funny. Zymico, yeah, dude. Man, some outrageous stuff. You're right, dude. I saw that picture that they posted, either was it today or yesterday, and it was just, I mean, you're right, dude. It was a whole table full of.
Somebody take his after all away.
Yeah. Is that everybody?
One fake names on here.
Carolina Cool Cat's here for the Gabagool.
All right. So
it's one of my favorite episodes of The Office.
I'm gonna make sure to do one of these Toys Alive giveaway bags. It's gonna be a little block.
Nice.
I guess we got the Creature of the Black Lagoon in an all green glow of the dark block there. You've also got a queen piece. Boom. Yeah.
Now, do you want me now, if it lands on somebody in the States, do you want me to send one that I have from the States?
Doesn't really matter, man. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference.
Okay.
Let's just gotta get into this one here. Zymatco sanded all the feet today, and my sander fucking broke. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man!
Oh
I have to
man.
hold my hand. Yeah. And that's why it is sometimes called the karma wonder wheel of death. Because sometimes it just hears things like that. The wonder wheel literally just heard Zymatco go, my fucking sander, and it said,
yeah.
will this make it better?
Death and Strawberries, what's up, man? That's funny, dude. And you know what's funny is I don't know how the shipping goes. I know it's still international, but Zymatco actually isn't all that far from you.
Oh, there you go.
He's in New York.
Right over the little pond.
Yeah.
You got Zymatco's information, eh?
He won one last week. He did win one last week.
Well, now you're getting one from Canada. Maybe I'll throw in some little maple candies or something. Maybe a little box of Smarties or something, you know?
Yeah, and you know what you could do, Zymatco, if you want to, you can give it to somebody else. Maybe you can put it in a box that you're going to send to somebody or something like that. Or maybe you can go drop it on the street in New York, and someone else will have it. Hey. Yeah. Man, I saw it really.
Make sure to hit me up the address. If not, fling me that address. I know you're going to have it probably from sending him a package as well.
Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. What do we want to do next? You want to do another giveaway, or you want to do another open? What do we want to do?
You feel like doing another giveaway? What do you want to do, man? We have piles of 8-bit Mike. What are you feeling? What do you tell me?
We do. Let's do it. Let's do another 8-bit Mike giveaway. And this time we'll do another Toys Alive giveaway. This one has a king, or is that a queen? And this one is a dinosaur that is upside down in the resin here. I know this stuff glows. And again, that's another Toys Alive pack, man.
The portion torso ones really remind me of something that Vomiting Droids would do. Yuckamuck, I got you there, homie. Thank you very much for chiming in. I will definitely add you into the wheel here. Whoa.
Yuckamuck.
Hey, Yuckamuck and I, for some reason, we're just weird nosy dudes. We were talking ages of some of the dudes in the scene this past week. And, you know, because I would say so many of the homies basically have like the heart or brains of 10 to 12-year-olds, there's a lot of like freaking young looking homies in this scene, man. A couple of you guys are reaching up into those like late 40s, early 50s and looking just fucking killer, dudes. It sets high hopes for me.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it sucks getting older. It really does. But you know, I think you showed the you know, whatever our numbers last week. And I mean, the ages that we are, man, actually, gosh, you're actually below the targeted audience, I think, aren't you? Or you're like right in there. But that age group is kind of, you know, it's kind of like our bread and butter as far as people watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
Or engagement, whatever you call.
You know, I don't know.
Yuckamuck says Jazz was a 75. He's 74. You know that.
I kind of joked about it the one day, and I don't know if anybody like really kind of put it together from the story post, but like it is pretty important to my brain, I guess, when I see that our target demographic is between 35 to 45, and then you see that the biggest dip in ages of people who actually spend time socializing with people their own age is between 35 and 45. And when you look at statistics that show that people between 35 and 45 suddenly just like have nobody to talk to, and then you look at the numbers of 27 to 35 homies that every Thursday show up here consistently that happen to fall in that age range, and you're like, well, those dudes are spiking that number. Like they're gonna be the outliers. They're not skimping on how often they're socializing with homies.
Yeah, it's
pretty wild.
And you know what's funny, dude, is 35 to 45. Me and Hurt were talking about this the other day, and we say it often, dude. It's like, you know what, man, people in our age range, I think that we're just kind of like, we've seen and been through a lot of shit. We're kind of tired of everybody's shit. You know what I mean? It's just we have friends. We don't need any more friends. We have acquaintances online and stuff like that. But it's weird, man. It's kind of it's an odd age group.
It becomes.
Here we go.
Hey,
Jazz.
again, the karma wheel. He could hear you guys making fun of him for being the first one to ever receive a tea bag, to be 78 years old, to be there when the first toy was ever made, aka the stick. The karma wheel of death said Jazz Wizard deserves a bag of toys.
Jazz Whiz. There you go, man. A Toys Alive special bag. And you know what? Just for you, Jazz Whiz, I'm gonna throw in
some Jergens. Big old thing of Jergens.
Yes, you guessed it. I'm gonna throw in an extra piece for you, man, so you can drop it off in Kentucky somewhere. Maybe even go drop it off at E2K if you get a chance somewhere sometime. I know that's not super close to you, but anyways, man, coming your way, Mr. Jazz Wizard.
And Death and Strawberries, I'm making sure to add you to the wheel. Sorry I missed you there, homie. I saw you come into the room, but I forgot to add you to the wheel. My apologies.
Who was that?
Death and Strawberries.
Oh, DNS. Yes.
I love how there's some of you guys I've created abbreviations for and nobody asked. And we just roll with it. DNS, RBY.
Oh man.
The chafy Jazz Whiz. Jeez.
Jazz Whiz.
Red Rash Jazz.
What a guy. Let's open something else, man. Do you want to open something else?
Yeah, rip a box.
Let's go.
What are you feeling? What do you got over there?
Let's see. Oh, let's do this one. This is that brain orgy piece. The Gomez. And I believe he called this one Gomezinator because it's kind of like a Gomez head with like a robotic body on it. This thing's amazing, dude. This came out of his first drop the other day, last week or a couple weeks ago, whatever it was. But that is just a freaking phenomenal piece. God, dude, it is just so good. You know, the thing is, right, like it's a custom kit bash and all that, but it's dude, the posability in this thing, you know how many like joints there are in this thing. It's amazing. Dude, such a killer piece though. The eyes are like a deep red. The other thing that is super sick about these, it also came with this set of sunglasses, which I thought was cool. Pop these on. Yeah, right. Man, and they fit nice, dude. Nice and snug. Not gonna come off. Yeah. Brain orgy, dude. Some of the absolute dopest customs out there. And man, I was a huge fan of this from going of that account for a while now, and there was never anything for sale. And I remember I'd asked, several times, I'm sure a lot of people did, ask if any of this stuff was going to be for sale. And then lo and behold, there was I believe 3 pieces that came out a couple of weeks ago, 3 or 4. And then this Saturday, there's going to be some more. Dude, I've taken
it. Though it fit right into like the Kemen Rider series.
Yeah. I've taken a ton of pictures of these and of this one, and I just keep taking pictures of it, man, because you can get so many different looks with it. Brain orgy. There it is, man. Insect Thug Life. Yeah. Yeah.
Brain orgy. The names some of you dudes come up with. Hilarious, man.
Mm.
Hey, speaking of fucking hilarious names, Duke McFartsniff. I didn't see in the chat there, but if you end up watching this in the playback, dude, loving the freaking pieces coming out.
Dookie, yeah, man. Dookie's got some really good energy lately, man. I am glad to see that. Love that dude. Love his pieces. I had posted a picture the other day. It was just kind of like a collage of the wall of carded pieces, and there was a Dookie piece on there. So him and I started chatting about that one real quick, and that was the first piece that I had bought from him. And anyways, it was
I'm
cool.
a
What's up,
child, so
Dookie?
unfortunately, when you're like, I was looking at the wall the other day and there was a Dookie piece.
You know, Dookie the artist.
Like I said, I got a little child brain, man. I couldn't help
Yeah,
it. Any
that's
other
excellent.
scenario, somebody says they saw a Dookie piece sitting there. They're not talking. So, anyways, sorry.
uh,
Tonight's
no,
show, man, rough. Good thing we don't have any guests. They'd be fucking cringing the whole time.
that's okay. They know what we're about. Um, so let's do another one, man. So I'm gonna do. How about this Strafe 7? Strafe doggy. Oh, I'm gonna take him out. This diver, man. This yellow and orange is just so crisp, dude. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Strafe, let us know if you got any more of these left. I know that there was a drop of these. These came out a couple weeks ago. I'm going to take the helmet off. You can see that. Yeah, man. The paintwork on there. I mean, the eyes, you can see how small those eyes are in the teeth. Really nice work there. Really crisp lines on the details. Diver. The Diver King. Strafe 7. Sick one, man. Like I said, he said 2 left. So yeah, if you're interested in one of these, 2 left, man. This is gonna look really, really nice next to the anchor fist that I have in that kind of same colorway with the orange and yellow. Sick though, man. Articulated, nice and smooth. Really good balance as usual. Dope, man. 3.75 scale. You know what? I'm looking at the screen, man, and I think the orange is actually kind of downplayed a little bit on the screen. What I'm looking at in my hand is super, super bright. It's almost like that safety vest orange is what I'll call that. But yeah, man, really nice, clean ass cast. Strafe 7, hit him up, man. You want one of those?
I think, honestly, unfortunately, like the helmet is kind of hiding. I think that head color is fucking rad on those ones too, man.
It is,
It really
man.
wraps that figure up, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Eddie, what's up, man? I just saw Eddie jump in. We'll put you in on the next wheel there, Eddie. We're giving away a lot of shit tonight, my man. By the way, I think it's worth mentioning again. Eddie's GI Joe work recently is just fucking out of this world. It seems like every day I'm seeing a new one of those posted, but man, those are just top notch, Eddie. Those are super, super sick, dude.
I don't know if I said it last week, but you know what I think might be my favorite part about that in general? Eddie maybe wasn't openly, personally invited to the GI show, which we all have. I'm pretty sure we all feel the same. That, like, seeing this big, you can't personally invite fucking everybody to the show. You do your best, you put it out there. I love the fact though that he just took it upon himself to say, "Oh shit, a bunch of GI shows happening that night. I love GI Joes. I'm gonna make some GI Joe pieces, and I'm gonna post them around that time as well, and hang out with the boys and post some GI shit." I just really
Yeah,
admire that energy. I really admire that. Like, I love GI Joes. There's a GI Joe show happening, and I'm just gonna put some pieces there. In my opinion, that's just like, I just really like that energy, man.
well, and correct me if I'm wrong. He's one of the only guys that made like true GI Joes, right? I mean, I think a lot of people, a lot of other people made GI Joe themed stuff, which was very
Mhm.
cool in its own. But I mean, if we're talking about replicating GI Joes in their true form, Eddie was all over that, dude. And like I said, the pieces keep coming out, man. and
Yeah.
they're sick, man. You throw in that airbrush, that metallic airbrush paintwork of his, bro. You're sitting on something special right there. It's dope, man. Eddie G.I. Joe was the best piece in that show. I mean, it's hard to disagree with that, man. It's hard to disagree with that. There was a lot of good pieces. But when we're talking about true GI Joe 3.75 with all the articulation and just that GI Joe look, when I think of a GI Joe, Eddie's pieces are, great examples of that, man. They were just phenomenal.
So I didn't really think about the hilarious story right now, but a stoner sticky note.
You know what? And going back to Strafe 7, what Eddie said that it looks like each one of these divers gets undivided attention. And I agree, man. And that's something that I think that we should probably at least mention, is that each one of these divers, man, they're so different. And every time they have an incredible amount of detail on them, and they're always done really well. And it's not like a spin-off of a spin-off, you know what I mean? It's not like a variant of a variant, where sometimes you have a variant and then it's switched up a little bit. Like, these are all completely different colors, completely different pores. There's glitter, there's opaque, there's, whatever you can think of. And it's always done super, super dope.
Nobody really likes to say this, I feel, or likes to maybe put this out there in the universe, which I don't know why. They've gotten better and better and better, man. Like let's just be totally, does not necessarily mean that are bad, but in my opinion, when I look back and I see what they were like a year ago to now, they have gotten so good. When a mold normally starts to wearing out and producing crappier cast, and people are afraid to know whether or not they want to actually do another mold of it or not, this, in my opinion, is like a prime example of somebody understanding their mold, understanding how to get some really nice clean casts, and learning how to really play with the colors to like amplify the piece. They've just gotten better and better, man.
100%, dude. 100%, man. And you can tell, dude, there's a lot of thought that goes into each one of these, man. I think that's important. Folklore, what's up, man? Good to see you. Mecha Ducky in the house. We will add you guys to the wheel of what are we calling that?
So generally it's the Wonder Wheel, but sometimes I like to call it the Karma Wheel of Death, because at the end of the day, it seems to just listen and know when people want some toys and need some toys.
Yeah, but we're not really giving out death per se. It's the opposite of that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It does, but you know what? Wonder Wheel of Death. I was gonna say it's got a very nice. It just kind of rolls off the tongue, like, man, that sounds like a real thing. Wonder Wheel of Death. What is that? Yeah, I almost said Wonder Wheel of Desire. What is that?
Oh, da-da-da-da.
Wonder Wheel of Desire. Jesus Christ.
That sounds like some kind of friggin' like Love Boat thing. Which, okay, so I will say, when I was down in Huntsville, saw a lot of old television. Dude, Love Boat, that show sucked, dude. There was a lot of like pretty rough TV back then, but the Love Boat, oh shit, that show was weird. It sucked.
Okay, agreed. That's a point, right? But me and TL Flanagan actually had a conversation about Love Boat about a week or so ago, just because we're both really into 80s stuff. And there was somebody had posted something, it was a reel, and it was like all the beginning credits of all these different actors that were on the Love Boat. I think you'd probably be blown away, dude, at the number of actors that were on there as either teenagers or kids that grew up to be great actors. And honestly, they can all probably go fuck themselves. I really don't give a shit, but it's just interesting to see a show like that, where so many people came from a show, and it was Love Boat, dude. Love Boat.
Hey, that's how you know you've made it.
Yuckabuck says only crumbs can hate a show about people fucking on a boat.
I mean, when you're not getting any, you can hate that quite a bit. I think it doesn't matter if they're boat.
So Eddie said something. He said he just wants to say that the toy that he received in the mail a couple of weeks ago is absolutely beautiful, and it was a really nice thing to get. I think he's talking about he had won a Healy, a Raider, I believe, on the show a while ago, and I had put that in a box. I sent him a trash bag bunch piece from whatchamacallit. No. One of the no. One of the larger ones.
Oh, Last Resort Toys?
Last Resort. Yeah, I sent him the Buckoid one. I sent him one of those to paint up for me, and I put that in there. So I think that's what he's talking about. But yeah, those are sick, man. Healing 3.75 King right there.
Damn. And a good home too, man. Good collection.
Yeah, no kidding, man. That's definitely true. All right. You want to do another giveaway?
Might as well do another giveaway. I know we've been adding a couple names onto there. What we got going on here? We got another Toys Alive bag. So it seems that the Toys Alive one that he ended up throwing my way have pillars and typically two other things. So that one going to Zimmit had like a block, a chess piece, and a half man dude. This one's got a chess piece, pillar. Now I think the pillar is going to be glow in the dark or at the very least UV reactive, and same as this bright green chess piece there as well. And you get our ugly mugs on there. What a cool thing of 8-Bit Mike to do, man.
Those are cool, man.
I think it's
very cool. When I saw those, I was like,
humbling.
Holy smokes, dude. Yeah, like I said, 8-pound box of that stuff is what showed up at my house that day. There it is. Yeah, Eddie said Last Resort. Yep, that was all tip of my tongue there.
If you don't see your guy's name on the wheel, please chime in there. I do have a couple on here that I've added. I've added Mecha Ducky, Folklorian, Resin Blood, Death and Strawberries. Yuckamuck is on there now as well. Skyjacks, as we've apparently decided, is now your official name. Sorry, you're on there now too. Recycle Galaxy, Uncle Spank, Von Fake Name, Crash Man, King Dingus, Carolina Coolcat, Colin Hasbin, Fletcher Sandvik, Stripe 7, Bootleg Toy, Terrible Toy Works, Skilled One, Bubba Rock, Bliss Receptor, Street Fight, SPDX, Stray Aziz, Stuki, Nim Studios, Pocket Salsa, 8-pound box of my ex's name. Oh my geez, dude. What, Elephantitis? My goodness.
Oh shit.
That's a rough one, homie. My gosh. Fuck. And with that, we spin. Jazzways. Hey, would it really be a night of giveaways if Colin from Hasbin didn't win some? There you go.
No, it wouldn't.
Toys,
by the way.
Getting the good old pillar one. Yo, and admittedly, for anybody wondering, like, what do I do with that pillar? You put toys on top of there. What are we talking about? That is such a cool fucking base to be putting some toys on there. So, Hasbin, man. Give me your address. Hearing it said out loud made my mouth. Made your mouth what? Oh, month.
Nope.
I figured it'd be either drool or hurl, you know? We're gonna get one or the other.
One of the two. One of the two.
Jeez.
You want to do it? Let's do another open, man.
Rocket, how many other openings you got over there?
I got 1, 2, 3. So like 4 artists, but there's probably a dozen pieces within those 4 artists. One of them's Titty Bean, and there's like a dozen pieces in there alone. I don't know if we'll look at all of them, but we'll look at some of the highlights for sure. Also, hey, let's take a look at this. This will be the last giveaway of the night. I'm not saying that we're doing the last giveaway of the night right now. I'm just saying that this will be the last one of the night. This one was donated by Mr. Von Fake Name. This thing actually glows like crazy from everywhere. I mean, the robe, the arms, the head, the eyes, it all glows. I was taking some pictures of it the other day and shut the light off and then came back in here maybe 30 minutes later. This thing was still going strong, man.
His glow pain game is wild, man.
It really is.
Wild. Anytime he takes like a
Yeah.
story post or anything of that fucking desk, the amount of just glow is insane, dude.
Yeah, and really good magnetic articulation on here. The magnets are nice and strong. You can hear that. But yeah, nice piece, man, from Bond Fake Name. So that'll be the last one given away tonight. All right. Next up, man. So this came from the G.I. Joe show. And I have almost everything from this particular artist. There is one that I'm missing, and he knows about it. The G.I. Joe. This is from Kajiki. So there's two pieces here. And you and I were talking before the show. I said, man, there's only about two guys that I know really from G.I. Joe, and it's Destro and Cobra Commander. And so, of course, he made 5.5 style in Destro and Cobra Commander. This is Bistro 5.5 work. I'll take it out here in a second. But, dude, the thing with Kajiki is that it is always so first of all, this is one of those Zolo World cases. Really thick plastic. Always super clear. Really good display in there. The card's really thick. Really good graphics on it. Pieces are always legit, man. I mean, as far as 5.5 work goes, he is definitely one of my favorites, man. And I think he has some of the most quality stuff. He's got the original Motu articulation on the arms, but then on the waist, it's magnetic. Look how clean that is, bro. Super clean. And I'm just going to say, man, if I had a Lab 9 piece right here and showed that would look very similar. It would look very similar to that. You have the original articulation in the arms here with the ball joint, which is good. Just showing off. And then you have magnetic articulation again in the head, also super clean. Paint work, super clean. Legs are static, which is good on these old Motu 5.5s. We were talking about that the other day with Rainbow Yawn and how just making the legs static really make these things easier to stand up and display. But I mean, the gun fits nice and smooth in there, nice and tight, not going anywhere. Bam. Really nice piece. Kajiki, always a really, really nice display. And then the card, I mean, thick.
Yeah, and see, admittedly, I was kind of taken aback when I thought maybe it was, I don't know who it was. Somebody pointed out they had a story post mentioning they might not be making toys, but I hope that was maybe we all have those moments, because it kind of caught me by surprise, because they're probably one of the better makers as far as what we expect in quality, I suppose. If we're making a comparison towards a shelf piece, and how a lot of times when we talk about any toys, how it's almost elevated quality because it's handcrafted. And even though you guys will say there's flaws, expect flaws, in a lot of ways, it's actually elevated quality than what you'd see on a shelf. In my opinion, Kajiki is somebody who really brings that A game. So that really caught me off guard, man, when you're even talking about from figure to package.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And that was in a story post of his, and I'm not sure what that was about. I had talked to him before that, and I believe after that. But he also said something, and he made a great point. He said that when you're critiquing a piece, just saying it's good or bad based on whether you like it or not is that's not really a critique, is saying I like it or I don't like it. And he's 100% right. That's an opinion. I wouldn't call that a critique at all. And I think if we're going to really critique a piece, we take what's in front of us and say, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm telling you what I see. You know what I mean? And here's what I see. And I think it's, just going over his piece, like we were just talking about, do you look at the cleanliness of the magnets, the crisp of the lines on the paint, the balance, the packaging. I mean, that's all fucking A+ across the board.
Well, admittedly,
And
you just dropped something there that I always find difficult in general, because even actually from the very first time I ever did an unboxing, somebody started passing around that word of reviews. And I think we've talked about it before. Like, we don't really do reviews. And admittedly, like Dre is Dr. Ease and I were talking about this today, because admittedly I made that joking piece. I put a story post, just kind of kidding. What you see in a claim post was what you get in hand, right? And I straight up even said to him, I was like, but admittedly, we talk about it all the time. As long as you got what you saw, there's no such thing as good or bad art. As long as you saw it, you decided you wanted that, and it showed up in your hands as expected, there isn't really a way of gauging if something's good or bad, right? You're willing to spend what you're willing to spend on it because it made you feel a particular way, or you were attached to it in a particular way.
yeah,
But like, that's admittedly, that's why I like to show off that Ultor piece. Is in my brain, it's like that's a weird piece that is definitely not everybody's cup of tea, and yet it's one of my favorite collection, right?
Yeah.
It's just, we don't give critiques, we don't give reviews, but when we see something that's astounding, we generally really like to be like, wow, that is friggin' astounding, when we can see that there's like effort and quality and hard work gone into that, and somebody tried really hard. And then there's other times looking at something, and if we say like, I can't tell what's going on there, I can't tell what's going on there. And I think I even talked about this last week. If I'm talking about quality assurance things that I personally think come down to craftsmanship of the piece, I'm generally not talking about anybody in particular. I am definitely not pointing any fingers at somebody. I'm probably talking about like how I generally feel about magnets, how I generally feel about articulation of general, how I generally feel about some of the that happen out there. And not to be an asshole whatsoever, because nobody really ever asks us about this, but like, my educational background is art history and English. So I do unfortunately come at this stuff with a bit of an analytical mindset. And I do actually have some art background. So it's not like I'm just sitting here being like, oh, I hate this toy, or I like this toy. It's like, we are generally looking at things that we're seeing that elevate a piece particularly. Maybe I'm wrong.
Agreed, man. No, you're right. And I think you know, and when we talk about that, you know, then I don't think I would say yes and no, right? Like, there's some pieces that I would say the majority of pieces, we don't buy them because of their cleanliness. You know what I mean? Like, we're not buying it, but then again, some of them we are. So, but then again, it's like the pieces, I don't know, dude, it's just so fucking weird, right? Like, yes, I'm going to appreciate all these pieces that are like flawless, right? And there's a lot of them out there. And sometimes that's the reason that I'm buying them. Sometimes it's because I like the piece. Sometimes it's because I like the maker. Sometimes it's all three of those things, which it most of the time is. On the other end, right, you have other pieces that have bubbles and that have flash and blah, blah, blah. But maybe with that maker, it's not about cleanliness with that maker. Maybe it's about something else. Maybe it's hitting a different note with you that has nothing to do with cleanliness at all. Maybe it strikes a chord because you were a fan of fill in the blank. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, man. I mean, so I think there's definitely perspectives from both ends. And I think there's definitely a million different ways why we buy things. But just getting back to what we were saying and kind of putting a bow on it, when there is super dope, clean work from top to bottom, we like to recognize that. You know what I mean? Like, I will recognize that all day, dude, not only because I love the subject, but like, this is a dope piece, man. This is a very, very clean 5.5 from top to bottom. Card.
And you know who else's opinion I actually admire a lot, who has both those pieces? Grail Gangu, part of Where the Toys Are. Like, when we're going to talk about other collectors and other people in the scene, that like, when we look at their collections and we see what they're grabbing, to see Grail Gangu grab both those pieces and post them in their feed today, that's dope as hell. That means a lot in my brain, where I'm like, that is a person who liked that toy, needed that toy.
Well, and the first thing I thought too when I saw that was that probably came from our show. You know what I mean? Like that, it was Barrio Boba pieces, correct?
Well, he
like
grabbed
those
burial Hova pieces recently, but Grail Gangu actually grabbed both that Bistro and Kajaki's
mm,
Cobra Commander one as well.
well, and
And folklore
you know
is
what's
rustic. The word you're looking for is rustic
mm,
pieces. But
flawful,
falafel
yeah.
is pretty great too.
And you know, and here's the other thing about these is the price, dude. You know what I mean? Like you're damn
The
near
price
making
was
me buy it.
ridiculous.
It was like 35, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that. $35. Like I said, you're
Almost
making me
too
buy it at
low.
35. You're making me buy it at 40. You're making me
Did
buy
you
it
get
at
the Cobra
45.
too?
You're damn right I did.
Good. Good. Originally, I thought for some reason you only got the Bistro, and I was confused.
You know what, man? How can you pass it up? I want to say it was $60 for the two.
That's ridiculous.
$60 for the 2-pack, dude. And this is
How
again,
much
I
resin is a
mean,
5.5, do you think? 86 to 90 grams of resin, probably?
it's yeah, yeah,
Maybe
it's got
maybe
to be, and
100
it's
and
solid.
some?
Yeah, somebody chime in on that. Somebody knows out there how
Yeah, if
much
somebody
resin a
knows
5.5
the
takes.
the weight of a 5 point, because a swamp thing is what, 4.5, and he is 86 grams of resin, and a 5.5 figure is way chonkier than a swamp.
Yeah,
So you're looking at probably like 109 grams of resin.
yeah, it's a lot, man, and it's this is again super smooth articulation in the waist. And the head and the magnets are just freaking flawless, dude. Like that magnet work, it's beautiful. I mean, the paint, beautiful. 5.5 style, amazing. Did an amazing job with it. And again, same thing on this one, dude. Commandor, right? Bam. You got the name, the He Joe. For $60 for a set of these, I don't
Can't
know if
even
I'll come across a better deal than that this year, man. That's
can't
that's
even
a
print
phenomenal
card art
deal.
for that price.
Yeah. Great work, dude. Kajiki. And
Yeah.
these are ones that you
Yeah,
know what
Yakumak doesn't even cover the cost of the magnet work and paint. Exactly.
yeah.
What's sweat equity? I don't know what you're talking about. Kyle Kerwin, man, beautiful pay tabs on those new spring drops that you're working on there, dude. I do have that tab pulled up for later on tonight.
Bam, there it is. And then
To be honest with you too, the price on those fucking clamshell backers are not cheap either, man. It's really a labor of love.
they are not cheap, and I know that from when I first started trying to buy them in bulk. Number one, they were hard to come across just in general. But then the other thing is they're not cheap. They are not cheap, man. Whether you get them from Figure Shield or Zolo World or
Even
wherever,
in
I
bulk,
mean,
you're still
yeah,
looking at a fucking arm and a leg.
and these are rigid as shit, man. Like these are super, super thick. Um, I mean, you can almost not even bend that. Really, really good quality, man. Love it. Nice job, Kajiki.
You're a monster over there. Holy shit. I throw a name into the wheel, I look over, and you're just bending a card art.
I'm just saying that they're very rigid, and you can't really bend those things.
Hey,
I mean, you can.
I don't want to give away the person who stepped in and did this, and if they want to chime in the comments there, but I want to show off the piece for sure and let them know. Jeez Louise, man. The Wendigo homie. I don't know how long you were looking at this. I think they dry brushed some like whitey pink on all that flesh. Because you
You
can
know
even
what? I'll be honest with you, dude. I didn't look at it that long because that's the first table that I went to, and I knew that they were going to be gone very quickly, and I think they were. But yeah, you're right, dude. That's exactly what that looks like.
it and like, dude, Wendigo homie. I don't know why it won't. You did a fucking fantastic job on this, dude. I know when you were on, we probably bugged you about what parts of the sculpt were, but these legs are so smooth. I think, is this from one of the knockoff bootleg He-Man figures from back in the day?
I don't know, man. It doesn't seem muscular enough, to be
The other
honest
thing
with
I can
you.
think of is it almost looks like the Mangalore legs, the one that you'd rip and tear apart and everything,
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
but
I don't
they're
know. We'd have
so
to ask him.
smooth. Yakima
Yuckamuk
on
says
the
he's
wheel,
out.
dog. So yeah,
Right
I
on,
don't
Yuck.
want
Thanks
to
for coming in.
make that individual uncomfortable that ended up making you grab that or tossing you the means of grabbing that. But thank you to you and thank you to them to hanging out in the chat there, and I'll make sure to tap in with them and talk about that. But I wanted to make sure that Wendigo still got that shout out on that fucking fantastic piece, man, because that's a gorgeous piece.
It really is. Jazz Wizard says Yuckamuk going out on top. That's the old George Costanza right there, leaving on a high note. That's funny. Love Yuckamuk, man. God, we always talk about that dude's page. What a great page, dude. All those just random pieces that he has on there. But dude, he's his own artist now. He's making pieces and they're always legit.
Top notch, man. They're fun
Yeah.
pieces. It's almost like a weird
Yeah.
combination of like Simeon cheese combined with has been toys.
Damn, look at you. How about that? That would be crazy. Hey, Has Been Toys coming on the show on the 27th. Colin will be in the house. I am looking forward to that. And if we're going to talk about that, we might as well mention that Mr. Ordinary Toys is going to be in the house on the 20th. So next week we're going to roll solo with no guest again, I think, and then we're going to have Ordinary Toys and Has Been Toys to knock out the. Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
You mentioned Ordinary Toys. How do I not? It's sitting right beside me. Dude, this
sure
guy
is.
insanely talented. New to the scene. So talented, man.
Yeah. That is 100% true. You know what? I thought, okay, I'm tripping. The New Jersey Devil. The New Jersey Devil, man.
The accessories pop right on in. This shit reminds me of some Simeon cheese style stuff too, man. I couldn't get over how white in contrast to the how black. Especially, dude, anybody out there?
Dude,
it is such a pain in the ass trying to get the white and blacks.
That is cool, dude. I did not know that you were getting that. That's very cool.
I don't know if he knows. I need to make sure to tap in with him because I can't get over that. Some of you dudes are way too.
You're gonna have to. Yes, please do that. Please let him know.
Well, he's on vacation actually.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he knows.
He doesn't. He doesn't, because I think we talked about, or made mentioned on the show one time that you were all about the black and white for your Grail shelf, but I know I didn't go into why that is. So, but yeah, they're great, dude. They're very, very cool, man. And those hands are great, dude. That's actually my logo on Instagram right now is, and that one's just
stupidly clean, man. Like when we talk about getting bubbles in the fingertips, and I couldn't find the vents. Like that's what was even kind of tripping me out. A lot of times, like you can see like where the vent marks would have gone, like the tips of the fingers, and like I could not see the vents on there. So and like the detailing, even right down to like the fingernails, like the little wrinkles, the knuckles, like, dude,
yeah,
the casting quality on this, this dude's very talented, man. Very talented.
very talented.
He just kind of came onto the scene.
Yeah, dude. And you know what, man? It's funny. I was thinking the other day as I was driving, man, with like kind of when I first started off in the scene, who was newer, and at that time it was like Titty Bean. And then, you just start seeing more and more people. And dude, if you look at like Ordinary Toys, and the other guy I thought about was Wendigo. Ordinary Toys and Wendigo, they'd come on the scene, dude, and they're just making like insane pieces. And it's that kind of pattern that you see over and over again, dude. Sometimes you see people like Colin, that started off in a kind of a collector role, then just kind of moved into making toys. And then you have this other breed, right, that comes in, and next thing you know, they just throw something out there and you're like, holy shit, what is that? You know what I mean? And I would, yeah, absolutely, dude. Hurt Toys, even, right? I mean, the first thing he puts out is a fucking Skull Crusher, probably the dopest one I've ever seen. And that's like his first thing, like, hey, what's up? I'm Hurt Toys. Check this shit out. And and Wendigo, and like I said, Wendigo and Ordinary Toys, the Celestratron from Ordinary Toys is a fucking amazing piece. We're gonna take a look at that next week. I got the St. Patrick's Day edition of that, and it's super, super sick. So yeah, I don't know where we were actually going with that, dude, but it's crazy when you see these amazing artists like Ordinary Toys and Wendigo come out with dope stuff, dude, and it just keeps on coming out. It's very, very cool to see.
It's impressive, man. It's very impressive. And admittedly, again, so Pocket Salsa is one of the newer guys there. He was actually just did his Toys on Tap episode as well. So Abe's actually chilling in the room as well. And Toys on Tap is actually going to be doing bootlet. Nope. Let me make sure I get this right here, because I always get these two confused. Trading Co. I've got the tab even open right now. This art is because they've got some insanely good priced vinyl. They also have that pink and red resin character.
That's a great point. Kyle Kerwin says, collector to customizer to maker is the circle toy of life. Yeah. Absolutely, dude. I 100% agree with that, man. Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of shit set aside to customize stuff, and that would probably be step number one for me, is just doing that. Yeah, you have Trading Co. That's on Toys on Tap. Perfect. Yeah, dude. And good mention too. On Pocket Salsa being on Toys on Tap recently. So check that out. Ooh, that's a good one, man. I love that one with
this collab in general, like Bootleg Toy Co., Pocket Salsa, and that's Kachina on the Paint app, right?
Yes.
Like, come on. Honestly, I feel as though Bootleg Toy Co. has found their place at the moment. I think we're going to see them do some of their own designs and do some of those as well. But they have found a very niche area that was needed, where there are certain people who need certain things printed as like the starting basis for something. And he is just amazing. And I've said it like since that first time we saw him do it with some of the Rat Boy illustrations. He somehow has such an eye for taking those two-dimensional ideas and just flipping them into full 3D sculpt. My mind, man.
100%, dude. Bootleg Toy Co. Even his original stuff, man, was dope. But you're right, dude. When he gets those designs, that I still think that's fucking badass. That he's kind of bringing to life these pictures from Lynn's the Rat Boy. Sick, dude. Just really, really sick work. And you're right, dude. That paint app on that piece, what the fuck, right? From Kachina, dude. Kachina, dude. That you dope.
That there's like a gradient they get, and I've sat there kind of being like, yeah, the Jazz Wiz fucking crushed it there a moment ago. But they use some kind of a screen. I don't know. It reminds me of almost like the drywall. Do you guys have drywall acrylic bonding tape that you'd use on joints and stuff? And it basically like a mesh.
Absolutely. Mesh tape.
It looks almost like if somebody used that mesh tape, but it's more diamond than the square. And they, I don't know Kachina. I'm gonna say they, because I don't know if it's a she or a he. I'll be totally honest, or a they. So I'm going with Kachina. Seems to implement that sick ass gradient, like right now, often in their paint apps, to the point that even when I'm looking at it, I'm trying to make sense of like what the base coat is versus what's airbrushed versus what's had some kind of a masking on it versus.
Yeah. Right. Kyle Kerwin says he's going to hit him up. He's learning to sculpt in 3D. And you know what's really cool, man, is that I believe Bootleg Toy Co. is, at least in the 3D realm, he's just kind of like a self-taught dude. If I remember our chat right,
He bought a
is that
filament
he
printer
learned.
and then was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, I need something better," and then went and got a resin
yeah.
printer. It's just been, and like everybody
Oh,
else has a job, father, everything else. Like,
yeah. Pocket Salsa says that piece is still up in his shop. Actually, if someone wants to snag that, dude, the paintwork on there's fucking awesome, dude. I love that. Um, Speaking of that netting look, dude, I know that you saw it because I think you commented on it from the toy from our show page. Is Jevaho made one the other day, dude? I had it, bro. I could have got it, but I backed off at the last minute. I'm surprised that one was actually up for a few minutes before someone grabbed it, and I'm surprised it was. Um, what a beauty of a piece, dude! Holy shit!
well, so this one, of course, went up 2 days
And that
ago.
one, what,
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
bro?
And
That
this is the one you're
is
talking about, though. We saw this one drop. This is astounding.
that's the one we were talking about. Yeah, man, dude. I know I've been going through kind of spurts lately of kind of holding off on stuff, and I'm in that cycle right now. But both of those dude are just that dude's so good, man. Look at that shit.
Do you think the
Yeah,
meshing is in the casting and
it
pushed up
is
against? Oh, yeah, it is.
because I think he did a story, either a story or a post on it a few days before that, and was showing that, and it was just kind of like, huh, I wonder what would happen here, and then fucking sure enough, there it is. I think it was in a story, but
Gorgeous.
Jevaho, man, everything I have from that dude is just outstanding. And he's 100%, dude, 100% made toy right there. I mean, everything you're looking at is made.
Yeah.
Crazy. God, the fade on that poor dude. Holy shit.
It's a beautiful piece.
Ugh.
It's a very beautiful piece. Putting that red meshing into the inside, sealing it up, pouring, whatever the hell's going on there. It's mad.
Yeah. I was just reading the thing. Pocket Salsa says that Drew at Plagued Earth just had bootleg prints and stuff too. That's cool. Yeah, Terrible Toy Work says those colors were amazing. I agree, dude. That things were so freaking hot. Yeah, when all these guys get on to making these origins body type, I'm gonna go completely broke. That's funny, man. I've actually seen a lot of people use that articulation, that peg articulation in the waist of the origins already. But anyways, what do we got next, man?
You want to rip a box? And then we'll do a wheel?
Let's do it. So I'm gonna look at we're gonna take a look at some titty bean pieces.
How big of a mercenary did you just get there?
So filled to the brim, of course. And so this is from the Patreon. Now the Patreon, I'm in the painted tier, I believe. And so he just kind of stores up, and then you get a box every couple months, and it's usually a pretty hefty box. But I do buy stuff from his from the Etsy store, and then from drops, and then just tell him to hold on to them, and then it all comes as one. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Here is this is a Snake Plissken. That is dope. So this one we got Glios articulation in the arms, which is super clean. Look at that, man. Really cool there. Glios articulation in the arms, magnetic in the head, super clean. And then static in the legs, which is cool, man. We were talking about this a few weeks ago that a lot of titty bean stuff now, I remember when it was all magnetic, arms and legs, everything was magnetic, and now there's hardly any magnets in there. And honestly, dude, I fucking love this thing. I mean, the articulation setup, right? Glios on the arms, magnetic on the head, so still swappable. You don't have to worry about polarization in the arms at all. You can swap whatever you want on the other Glyos figures, and it stands great because it's static in the legs. Bam. What more do you want? Oh, this is the hit of the box right here. I'm glad he's in the room too, man. That terrible Toyworks collab. Yowza. Yowza, dude. So on the Patreon, he posts these and then he puts everybody's name underneath and he does like a group shot first. So you don't know who's is who until you start flipping through the pictures. And I saw this one and I'm just like, oh, motherfucker, I hope that one's mine. And sure as shit it is, dude. Yeah, dude, it's beautiful. Again, magnetic articulation in the head and neck. Glyos on the arms, I believe. I'm not going to take those out because I don't want to fuck with that, but the static on the legs. Cha, dude. I mean, 3.75, man. This has got to be, well, first of all, it's a little bit taller than 3.75. I would say it's probably more towards the 4 range. But such a sick piece, dude. God damn.
That alien body, that torso and leg is so sick.
Oh man, dude. He says that's all titty. He deserves no credit. Yeah, God, dude, it's fucking great. So maybe it was just that other release that came out that was the
Let's take a little look real quick. I'll just double check really fast over on the old Titty Bean page.
Oh, there's the homie O'Keefe. DT, what's up, my man?
Damn. DT, you've been hanging out this whole time, homie? You're just popping in now.
Hey, DT does what he wants.
Does what he wants. Yeah, it's gonna be this. Shadow Minister in store now. It's store link bio. Thanks again, Terrible Toyworks for letting me get real handsy with his creaky Pete head. There we go. Beauty.
And dude, yeah, these are all beauties. Check this one out, man. This one is super sick. So this one, God, dude, I'd have to go back and look. It's like a Czarface head. But dude, the UV on that thing is just wicked good. And again, Glyos on the arms, magnetic on the head. But that one, dude, the pour on that one is just so sick, dude. Love that one.
Yeah, like a UV rainbow attack. Oh shit.
Yeah, it sure
Terrible Toyworks says, "Oh no, that uses a skull from our Creaky Pete." Yeah. So yeah,
gotcha.
That's where the collabo was on that. Did you guys sculpt that up? I don't know anything about this shit. I'm a dummy.
Bam, that one is sick, dude. This is one of those ones, man. Like I've already put it into the UV, and it's one of those ones that it's so damn bright it kind of drowns out all the details. And I have several of his pieces like that that are just like incredibly bright. But yeah, that is a dope one right there. Bam. I did snag one of these from They Live. And we actually got an additional one of these as a giveaway that we'll be doing probably in, I don't know, maybe May or something like that. Maybe we'll save that one for the big show, the 1 year. Maybe we'll just give away some like super dope shit that week. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that. God, here's another. Bam, that's another beauty. This one just so static everywhere with just Glyos in the arms, which is cool too, man. I mean, especially when you're displaying these things all together, you don't have the magnet problem with everything sticking together. Here's that Czarface one again. I love this one, dude. This one screams like that's like 1987 right there.
So prime example, in my opinion, of where we should have somebody like Terrible Toy works down the steam line. I don't know what's that, the assembly line there, to come in sometimes because of course, like I mean, I don't know this shit. So they sculpt all of their stuff, sent some sculpts over to Titty, some skulls to Titty in a care package, and he incorporated one of the skulls in that ball and piece of plastic pie. So all the Terrible Toy work stuff is absolutely sculpted by them.
O'Keefe says, yeah, dude, so many great marbles in this most recent Patreon run from the last few months. 100%, man. I'm glad that I ended up getting one of these because I do have kind of like a little set going of just, I don't know, this one he put magnets in the arms. This one's a little bit different. Solid except magnets in the arms. That one's just like a total glitter bomb. And I have, some other ones that are some different figures, Frankenstocker, and some other ones that are like this as well. Sick. Glios on the arms on this one. And now this one is either color changing, I believe, or UV. Not UV. And then there's another one. That's another Glios, kind of an orange one, kind of like the pink.
Did you just end up with 4 of that dude though right now? Different heads?
So 5 different ones in there. 5 different looks.
That is a rainbow of that guy.
Yeah. Bam. But this dude right here, yowza. And then this guy, man, those are 2 killer pieces out of that. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. And then the pack of weapons, which is very cool. There's some new ones in there that I have not seen. There's a big old rifle in there, which is sick. That'll look good. There's some other figures. Yep, those are cool. And then I believe that one is Shift. Yeah, so Sarah Booz says neons are so hard to capture on camera. It's always cool to see them in person. 100% agree. It's tough sometimes. Sometimes it's so damn good. And the problem with those ones that are hard to capture in pictures and then on reels even is they look so good in person, dude. And you're like, man, I want this. It's hard to get it to transfer over. You end up having to, maybe turn down the background or turn up the sharpness or turn up the definition. And still sometimes you just can't get it, man, because it glows so hard. But Witch Doctor is who that one was. That was sick. Bam. Some Titty Bean. Got plenty of these stickers, so these will be going right back out the door to people who win prizes from us. Bam. There we go. Titty Bean. If you don't know,
Titty Bean package, man.
It is, man. I like I said, in that Patreon, you get a certain amount every month, but they only come once every few months. And so when you get one, there's usually a dozen pieces. So,
and in my opinion, that kind of works out well because, like, I know when I was part of the Patreon, what was nice is that because Titty Bean's over in Australia, it allows you to basically kind of be like, hey, man, saw this on your Etsy shop, you mind tossing it into the box? And so it kind of means that, like, you're not necessarily always paying that, like, $40 Australian shipping fee, which can be kind of nice.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that's the good thing about that is not having to deal with that shipping so much. Stuff doesn't, gosh, man, I want to say it's very similar to Canadian shipping, 20 mid 20s ish. I want to say for a box of that size. to send over, which, you know, at that point you got to get more than one piece. So it's, you know, you got to make it worth your while.
Gotta make it worth your while.
That's it, man. What is next? How about another giveaway?
We can pull up the wheel and do another giveaway. You grabbing one from your bags there, or do you want me to pull around, turn around, grab one from mine? I just see you bending over. That's the only reason why I'm asking.
You don't see me bending over. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, let's do another one, man. So this one is a just a rook, I believe is what that is, right? And then you have that dinosaur. I would need porpoise on here to probably identify that dinosaur. Exactly what that one is, but it is a Toyz Alive. So bam. It's fun.
So at the moment, I have added in Sarah Booze, Fletcher, DT O'Keefe, Kyle Kerwin, Folklorian, Mechadeki Resin Blood, Death and Strawberries. That's all the newer ones have been added. If you guys don't see your name on the wheel and you'd like an opportunity to win a dope ass prize bag, please let us know and we will get you on that wheel. I never know how long to wait for the wheel, man. But that lag time, they don't even see the wheel yet. That's how far behind we are.
I know, man.
Wowzers.
Is there a way to fix that? Like,
no.
Yeah, probably not, huh?
Because I honestly don't even think it has to do with our, like if I were to go over to like YouTube Studio, it says our streaming strength is actually good. So
yeah,
I don't know what affects the lag time for our stream.
I don't know. That's out of my league.
Way out of my knowledge base for sure.
Who it is?
Oh, Mechadeki. Over in Chicago, getting a bag of some 8-bit. I think that might be a first-time win for Mechadeki as well. Oh, dang it! Daniel, all you have to do is be in the room, and I just unfortunately missed you. I'm so sorry, man. I'm going to put you onto the wheel for the next spins. That is totally my bad. That is all you have to do is you're just present. And I even commented on your name at the very beginning, so I should have been on the fact that you're here. Nope. Brain is mush, apparently. So, Daniel, you are now on the wheel. My apologies, homie. And now for
what a nice way to bring it up, though. How do we get on the wheel in capital letters?
Yeah.
Honest mistake.
Sorry about that.
Honest mistake.
So sorry, man. Yeah. As long as you're in the room, I normally just catch your name, but somehow I just missed you earlier, even though I even commented about your name for like the first 3 minutes of our chatting tonight. Yep. Welcome to the stoner life.
Jazz Mechadeki is what I have on my end over here. Cool. Good, man. I'm glad. God, we have so much more 8-bit mic stuff, man. We're gonna be giving this stuff out for a while. I think I definitely will save some for the 52 show. You know what we should also do tonight is maybe show some of the other giveaways that we're sitting on, because there have been some extremely generous people sending us some stuff.
That sounds like a great idea.
You want to do that first, or you want to look at something else?
I was gonna say I'm gonna show some tabs off real quick, just because I've got an army of them sitting up there.
God, dude, I forgot about the tabs.
The old tabby doos. And also, let me just make sure that I've got the right tab page up, because we know how that goes some days. Why is it? There we go. Bubba Jock, share. Because Bubba Jock's actually gonna be the first one on here, because I believe that Bubba Jock's actually got a drop happening Friday. Am I crazy? Nope. Yep. Do a claim sale for individuals this Friday, then throw the rest in the shop. So Friday, they're actually gonna be doing a bunch of different toys. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. PT. Is that an extra truck restaurant? Yeah, the Buddha tour. Wow. I cannot read some. You got to talk to extra truck restaurant. I sculpted it, but he's the man who makes them. Wow.
The glow is sick.
Skulls. So I guess that's like I believe it's a he or one of the muscle figures. Yeah, one of the muscle figures, but with one of the small Skeletor heads.
You know what? There was some Motu muscle figures that came out. So it might be one of those, or it might be a mashup. Now, what do you know about that announcer?
I don't. Unfortunately, I always forget the name. I know that like Baba Drox had to tell me that name of that character in particular like 50 times, and I always somehow forget it, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either, but I have he actually all the ones that I have, I think, are probably from him. And I have them in like probably 2 or 3 different sizes at least. But yeah, I mean, shoot, dude, those are all clean. I love all those colors in there.
They're clean. They literally look like those fucking gummy candies you'd get in like the early 90s that were made of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
teal, like, yeah, great, man. Great figures. And
Mhm.
clean, like you said. We've also got Glowman Dan doing an Easter drop. So Grumpy Bunnies, lots going down in the Facebook group all day tomorrow. So it's going to be on Friday as well. It looks like he's basically put a bunny ears on the Grumpy Gus figure and then resculpted some feet.
Yeah.
And we all know how fast the friggin' Grumpy Gus's go from the Glowman Dan.
Well, you know what's funny, man? I mean, going right back to the glow, right? Like that first picture, I never even scrolled on those. I just saw the first picture, and at first I was like, "What is that?" And I thought it was a rabbit because I saw that green guy in the front. And then you see that, and you're just like, "Oh, now I can see some of the details on it." But yeah, that Glowman Dan glow is just hardcore. Now that's just for the Facebook group, right? There's a Facebook
It's
group,
going
I
to be on
believe.
the Facebook group all day. Yeah, but
Yeah.
link in bio, right? So
Okay.
also he did something recently that was actually really cool. Well, where was
Oh.
it actually? He ended up casting something that was, I think it might be this one here. Yeah. Black to white thermal, white warm, and then white to magenta, and it glows orange.
Oh, Sarah Boo's great comment. Shark bites. Bro, do you remember Shark Bites, the fruit
Mm.
snacks?
Yeah. I was
That's the
picturing
color.
the Tiny Toons one, but
Oh, yeah. But
similar.
that's the color that we're talking about though, right? Is
Yeah.
that kind of tealish color. But yeah, Shark Bites.
And
Yes.
then, Baba
100%.
Druck's actually chiming in. He's saying it's the muscle with mega construct or whatever the Lego type thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. I
And
have those.
then
I've had them
uh,
boxed up forever, but I have some of those.
Sarugamark Saturday doing a drop of the Fleshy Boys of
Nice.
these guys here, the Mushroom Monster, and also of the new dinos as well in the Fleshy. Now, a lot of times his prices are kind of, in my opinion, they're pretty wild. They're like 25 to 30 usually for their work. And you guys know how much I like the Sarugamark stuff. Also, One-Eyed Yak Face dropping out the 24 karat gold leaf figure on the Headman figure, and
Mm.
looks like a couple other characters ended up getting this gold leafing.
Yes. Dope.
Which Pocket Salsa, you're gonna have PTSD
Hey.
nightmares about it.
Wow.
And then some shows coming up. The Staff Picks one actually coming up at the end of April, the 22nd and the 23rd. There's gonna be the crypt videos. I know we've got a couple homies in this one here. Junk Fed actually being on the show, Hands of Doom, Slime City Toys, Killer Bootlegs, of course, Kingdom of Spiders, and our buddy Hell Radical Toys is going to be in there. Sir Collect a lot. So a lot of the homies are going to be
Nice.
in this show as well. And next, I believe, in action. Oh, so Killer Bootlegs. Anybody who's been waiting on the pieces from that, a bunch of the production PSK figures have arrived. They're less than 30 days away from reaching the USA. Yeah, so Killer Bootlegs has an update on that in their stories. If you haven't had a chance to check that out yet, anybody who was curious about those PSK figures from them. Also, you ended
Well,
up tossing this my way.
yeah, go back to that Killer Bootleg something page real quick. He said something interesting in there.
Well, no.
I mean, you don't have to. I'm just saying that and it's only because we covered it on the show. But he alluded to it, the endeavor with Tracker Collectibles being over, and that he can close that chapter of his life now. Right there in the middle, the whole Tracker endeavor has been nothing short of a nightmare. I'm glad that I'll be able to close that chapter of my life soon. Thank you for your patience and support. It means the absolute world to me. Yeah, man. I mean, that was, I'm glad if that's finally getting wrapped up and he can move on now, then fuck, good for him, man. That sounded like an absolute shit show of a mess, to be wrapped up in. So if he's they're getting everything kind of squared away and he's moving on, then good for him.
And then you know a little bit more about this one here, but a Healy made seasonal aisle Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So I'm assuming some kind of an Easter drop is going to be happening with the old Healy made this weekend.
Well, yeah, and usually I think what he did last year, it was like a combination of blank Raiders that were in pastel colors. I
Okay.
think it would be something similar to that. Oh yeah, I just got that bad boy the other day. Those are so fresh. Mm,
That fucking flesh tone, man. This reminds me of some kind of Walter White in the underwear shit.
so
But
good, man.
Healy made, check their page tomorrow. What time is that again? 2 p.m. Eastern.
On Saturday, yeah.
And Luke
And
Tobias. So I don't know about anybody else. I was stoked to see
mm,
this because, of course, if you're familiar with the illustration, this has been something that has been kind of like toyed with for a while, but coming soon. So anybody who's actually interested in that piece, who's been curious about that illustration and wanted to see it as a figure, you might be
so
getting
is
one.
that going to be a collab with Delicious Again, Peter?
Ooh, that'd be
Because
interesting, eh?
usually it's Peter making the figure and then Luke Tobias doing the card. But
Right.
that one there looked like he was doing the figure. Maybe he's doing the figure. I don't know.
Well, and when we look at something like the Noble Fett, like that wasn't Delicious Again Peter. Who did the Noble Fett with him? That's going back a while now. Jeez,
Yeah, I don't know.
Noble Fett. Where are you? I think that's even back to like 2019, maybe, with the Noble Fett. But I thought it was a collaboration piece with somebody. I didn't think it was Delicious Again Peter. Proof once again, we know nothing about toys.
Bliss Receptor. Thanks for jumping in, my friend.
Yeah, we're going into a long one here tonight, man. What is
Yeah,
this?
we
We've
sure
got no
are.
guests, and yet we're still creeping into that like what 3 hour mark.
I kind of knew that was going to happen, or I thought that was
Right
going to
on.
happen. It's all the stuff that we've kind of been skipping on. You know what I mean? To try to keep it at that 2 hours. Like you got to trim something somewhere. And unfortunately, a lot of our tabs and a lot of our unboxings and stuff, we just kind of, you know,
We've been talking to the
hold
side.
low. Yeah.
Hadn't seen any Omni Res in a bit, so when I saw them posting today, I just wanted to show some love here. Well, there you go. Make sure to do that. But yeah, just wanted to make sure to pop over to Omni Res. Hadn't seen them posting in a little bit. I break toys for anybody who's interested in this here. For the Clutter magazine, the in-action figures. So again, some of those are getting teased and dropped now at this point. So that's how I ended up on these here. Any of our Lego fanatics who also love heavy metal, this might be right up your alley there. I know pink and black's pretty popular as well in the scene.
Now this is for the Clutter Magazine show.
This is gonna be for that Clutter magazine show. Yeah, the in-action figures.
Um, so let's just talk about this real quick, man. I don't know if you saw, but somebody had made a post, and gosh darn it, I can't remember who it was, but they were very upset that people were posting their pictures already for this show. Gosh, I can't remember who it was, man, but they were not happy. And
See,
I
and
don't
that's
know,
so much.
man. I mean, is that kind of like an unspoken rule that you don't do that, or is that usually up to the show? I mean, like I know with Lab 9, I think he's very specific about, hey, please don't post anything until the day of the show or until it's time to post. But I don't know if other people are like that, or saying, hey, don't do that, or you can, or these guys are just saying, well, I'll post it whenever I want. Um, I think it does ruin the surprise a little bit, but I mean, maybe in some cases it's not supposed to be a surprise. I don't know.
See, I
Um,
guess like one of the other tabs I have open tonight is Junk Fed, who's showing off their Crypt Video Rentals one, staff picks. That's not
Yeah.
until April 22nd, 23rd. In my opinion, I'm just one dude, and one that you can tell is not all that intelligent all the time, just opinionated. This is great for me, in my opinion, because why would we try? Like, you see the madness of dividing everybody while you're trying to buy the pieces, see all the pieces. I love the fact that like we are now currently not just talking about the in-action show, but we actually have some stuff to be able to show about it a little bit. And we are not just even kind of saying like there's going to be a Crypt Video Rental staff picks. It's like, and this is some of the work you can expect to see. Junk Fed was literally talking to us just recently about how there's going to be some resin work they're going to be working on. Oh, dope. Now, like, I enjoy that we get a little bit of a taster, and it's not all of it, but I do enjoy that we get almost like a little like entree as it kind of creeps into the event to try and absorb it all the moment it all drops. Oh, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are saying that they ask you not to post. And then, good point, Kyle Kerwin, where he says not full shots usually. So yeah, I mean, I could see people doing teasers all the time. And I think that's, some people do, some people don't. But you're right, dude, it's a lot to take in when it all drops at one time, especially if you're trying to buy something. It's like, man, you got to check something out, then try to move on if you're, if you want to try to find something else. But
And not only that, but you have to also think from the perspective of these artists sometimes, if they're putting this much work into these pieces and they want to be able to build some hype over it, how do you build the hype for it when the show is going to be one night? Like everybody knows that like when a band is playing, you can't just be like the day of, oh, Friday night, yeah, Rush is playing or something. It's like, no, you probably generally start getting pre-sales for tickets going and putting posters up and letting people know that you're at least planning that event happening. And I don't know. I'm not doing the event, so maybe I don't understand where it was that surprise. But in my opinion, like I like this is the third post we're seeing of somebody talking about their piece for the show coming up.
Did you say Rush?
I don't even know. I don't even like Rush. I don't listen to Rush. I don't know why I went there naturally. I was really hoping you wouldn't catch that. We could just fucking go right over
that. No, I definitely caught that. I was like, wow, that's an odd choice. Man, let's say, I don't know, Rush. Oh, okay. Oh man.
So Trash Talk Toyz, they're going to be doing a big old vinyl release coming soon. They posted this 3 days ago, and I didn't realize they had done a collaboration recently with Candy Bolton on the paint apps. That's a big old move, in my opinion, man. Candy Bolton does some beautiful work.
Nice.
I like those cards. I wasn't sure if you were frozen or
no. I was looking at the she said holographic card, and you can't really see it until you turn it into the light. But yeah, those were great, man. That kind of foil outline there.
Double Casket Toys we've talked about a couple of times. I know near Halloween we were really jazzed up. They had just done the Predator head combined with a scorpion. They've also got this Krang piece. Their prices are always insane. Their cast work looks really fucking fun. I know we were looking at the green Krangs when they popped into the store last week. They've also just got these guys going right now as well, the Death Koi Yin Yangs. So if anybody's not familiar, oh Jesus, don't get me started pocket sauce. I'm not getting into that.
Oh, dude, no, because Death and Strawberry says straight up, Rush sucks, bro.
Yeah, well, he doesn't like talented shit. They're terrible. They're bad. What are Toyz? Busting out some sick ass prints, man. I'm excited to see where this project ends up going. It says they're still actually working out some of the wraps and the floats, but otherwise, that's a pretty freaking cool design, man.
It is, and I didn't want to skip over Double Casket. Double Casket had some really cool work there. Look at this freaking guy.
These are so clean, man. I know you were showing yours off last week.
You know what's hard? It's hard to see, but that green one has some really, really cool fade on it too. It's hard to see in the picture. But no, yeah, dude, I think I told you
hard gradients to like the more limey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gorgeous,
Yeah,
man.
dude. Those are sick. Really good magnet work on them too. But yeah, watch for more of those. Watch for more Voltrons.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, these chonky boys,
Yeah, bro. Those are
very
nice.
nostalgic too. The cast is so clean on them that like it really does make me think of the old Voltron toy, man. I can almost like
It,
picture that
yeah.
plastic.
Yeah, man. And in the post that I did, I have that back one there with the green foot, or the one in the front, I guess, on that front picture. But when you kind of take it all apart, and you got articulation in the arms, the legs, and then on the wings too. But it's just really got that old school Voltron feel, man. They're dope. Watch for more of those, man. I've seen an army of those things, and they're all super sick.
I wanted to make sure we did touch on these though. Budget Foodie is pretty accurate. $20 vinyl toy is ready for you to jumpstart your new or expanding collection. 10-inch vinyl, man. 10-inch vinyl. $20 hairs.
Damn.
Insane. Budget
Wow.
Foodie indeed. And again, so they're going to be on Toys on Tap this week coming up. Make sure to check
Yeah.
that out. Burial Boba with the candy heads, dog. Smart. You seen these bad
Yeah,
boys blowing
dude.
up?
Nice. Very nice, dude.
So like using the candy topper heads and filling them with candy casts.
Yeah. Right.
Genius.
Love that.
Smart. What else we got?
Yeah, so smart.
Yeah, Pocket Salsa. A lot of those vinyls are yeah. Toy Buzz Biz ended up recasting up the Max. So if anybody's familiar with this figure here, and honestly, dude, I couldn't get over the sticker work going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Right down to the deets.
Yeah. Way nice, man. I've seen them do a bunch of figures in that same kind of colorway. And man, they're always, super, super clean like that.
Yeah, what's
Really
that
nice work,
weird?
man.
There's the name for those people, like, is it the Fisher Price Adventure People? What is it, man? There's people that this is a colorway for, yeah, Adventure People. Oh, what's the name of those?
X-ray. It's the X-ray, right?
Thank you.
That's
You
what I
guys will
always
know
thought it
if we're
was.
wrong. Because there's a man and a woman figure, and they're done in this colorway, and they're like a medical team.
Yeah, I got a general porpoise piece in that colorway, but that's a favorite of her toys too, is that X-ray figure, the original one. So anyways, Slime City, yeah, another good one. Yeah, X-ray, there you go. Bam. I knew Folklore would be the first one to say it.
Knowing now the size of yours, that's a dope ass figure, man.
Yeah.
So if anybody's not familiar with Slime City Toys, get on it. Another Canadian homie. That
Montreal,
toy,
as a matter of fact.
Montreal, Ontario. That glow, dude. Glow cane. It's hot and heavy.
Yeah.
Everyone's
There
got
it
the
is.
fever. And I know he's been working on these guys a lot. The slime bucket slime is perfectly glossy out of the mold. Again, Glow Town. Terrible Toy Works, of course, they were in our list of tabs to check out this evening as well. I can't wait to see more process shots of the aged wood pieces, and that's gonna be a wild drop. They're on another level. Stripe 7, conveniently, we're looking at the diver you had, but this is what was catching me off guard this week.
Yeah.
Their sculpt of the Mimp Ghost. Oh shit, dude. You've been using this as an overpour? Like, what is going on with these? Gorgeous.
Beast. Yeah, and that's an older one. I chatted to look at that pour. Holy shit.
Yeah, Drea Zay is Quebec. Yeah, I don't know why I said Ontario. My freaking goodness.
Wow, man. Yeah, and that's a beast of a piece, dude. Look how big that thing is. Yeah. God, dude, that's fucking beautiful.
I'm just gonna say it too. Terrible Toy Works, dude. Their work, in my opinion, is definitely like it could be on the shelves like Super 7 shit, man. Like Or like I could even picture it being like in a record store. You know, you go in a record store, sipping through, and they've got like the cool fucking toys over by the counter.
Yeah, it's that, but then the figure itself, to me, is also something that you'd almost find like the quality you'd almost see it at like Hallmark. I don't know if you guys have Hallmark stores
Yeah,
up there, but they have
yeah.
like these, just pristine
The
figures.
collection
Um,
style ones.
yeah, like a Halloween collection or something, but they're that good, dude. Like, I mean, as far as having a clean piece, I think from presentation top to bottom, like that's got to be the benchmark, man. I mean, it's got to be, you're like, okay, well, you got Terrible Toy Works up here, and then everything else is just kind of like, well, is it as good as that? I mean, if you want to compare stuff, but it's just so damn good, dude. And it's like I said, dude, the presentation adds a ton to it, and the piece that I have, it was the same way. So
I feel like at this point we gotta take a little break from the tabs, or else people are gonna start feeling like we're giving some kind of an art lecture.
ugh, that sounds dumb.
Right?
um, this
Kind
is
of break up.
the tick that I had from last week. I was a little too late on getting that out, but that blue fade one,
That
sweet.
reminds me of those balls, those inflatable like beach balls that you'd get back in like the early 90s. It'd be like that sky pattern with the blue and whites going through it. They're terrible. It doesn't sound as crazy swirls.
Uh, is that a
Yeah,
pot full of
Sarah.
coffee? It
Generally,
probably was at one
it,
point. It
it
was.
was, yeah, yeah. Every single Thursday, I make sure to brew up a 12 cupper. And then what I do is I know my mug fits 4 cups of coffee in it. So I'll pour 4 cups of coffee into my mug, and then I'll replace 4 cups of water back into the coffee maker and throw 2 more scoops of coffee. So I'll have a full 12er beside me.
A full 12er. Okay. All right.
And
Um,
that's how I know if that's how I know when we're getting to a long episode, man. Come on.
yeah, that's a good point. Well, you're 3 hours ahead too, man. So you're almost at midnight over there, huh?
Oh, I'm just busting nuts.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, what's next, man? You want to do another open, or you want to do another giveaway?
Hey, you know what? You've got a Dre Zay's box there. I've got a Dre Zay's box here.
Yes.
How about we'll do a spin of the wheel? We pop boxes. We finish off those tabs.
Let's do
And
that.
go from there. Okay. So I've got this one on the what do we got here? Let's see. Doing a double pack here. This person's gonna get a block with a bat and this rat ass pillar. I'm gonna combine these two.
Nice.
It's fun that way.
Sweet.
Sweet. If anybody does not see themselves on this, please soundbite for the next compilation right there, Crumbs. Oh, jeez. Pocket Salsa Nim Studio, Suki, Dre A's, Street Fight, SPDX, Bliss Receptor, Baba Jock, Skilled One, Terrible Toy Works, Bootleg, Toyco, Strife 7, Fletcher Sandvik, Carolina Cool Cat, King Dingus, Crashman 27, Von Fake Name, Uncle Spank, Recycle Galaxy, Skyjacks, Yakamok, Death and Strawberries, Red and Blood, Folklorian, Kyle Kerwin, DTO Keith, Fletcher Sandvik, Sarah Booze, Daniel Antil, gotta jail me, and Robert Balloon. So if anybody did not hear your name called there for the chance to win this 2 little bag pack here of 8-bit Mike Goody resin stuff, please chime in. We can make sure pop that out for you. Death and Strawberries, you know what, dude? Unfortunately, we're so like go, go, go. I don't even know what soundbite you're mentioning. I'm gonna have to popping boxes, busting nuts. Shit. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm not repeating all the comments that you're saying in the chat right now because I will be canceled. Anybody did not hear themselves, please let me know. I don't know how Daniel Antle, we didn't catch it until like this late in. Oh, jeez. Damn homie, I don't think so, dude. Nobody wants to see that. Nim, okay, good. You're on the wheel. Death and Strawberries. Yes, you are. All right, guys, give it a spin.
Crashman 27.
Bow, 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 bow. So Crashman27, congratulations, homie. You're gonna get this double pack here. Please make sure to slide into the DMs, whether it be on the Toyz Alive account or on my account here. I am making sure to put names on these packages so we know what's going where. Slide in the DMs.
Yeah, congrats to Crashman. I think on IG he's Crashman's Evil Lair. And very cool, man. I don't know if they've had one something. It's been a while.
So maybe I'm getting too in depth here. Now I gotta look. Is Crashman in any way Crashman's Evil Lair any way attached to Christina, Queen of Cats?
That I don't know. That I do not.
Now I'm maybe getting to a weird level.
Oh, there he goes. He's still in here. Crashman 27 with a Elixir. What's going on? Nice.
So now you've opened up a weird crumbs rabbit hole where I need to know information, more information. Oh, Summer Creature Man. There we go. Okay, Crashman. Yeah, okay. This is why I gotta think before I open my goddamn mouth more often.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. I got one more Toyz Alive bag to do, so we might as well do that at some point tonight. We don't have to do it right now. I'm just saying that I got one more.
Sounds good. You gonna pop your Dre's Ace box? What you got over there? What you got?
Yes, I am. And what's really cool is, man, so I came in at the very end of this drop, I think, because I think there was one of each figure left, or maybe two. But I remember getting one of each. I think there was 4 different figures, and I got one of each. He also sent some giveaway stuff that we'll take a look at too, which I have. But really cool packaging, man. And it's the little toxic, the toxic drums here.
Shout out to Zymet Co. actually for pointing at that, and then the 3D printed canisters. Yes, genius. I'm gonna shut up.
Very cool. No. That's you're absolutely right. I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah. Dude. I can already tell, man. Like, yeah, that's got some really, really cool glow on it. Yeah, way nice. Kind of hard to see in the light there, but shit. That's a good one. That's a good one. And a little bubble wrap inside the 3D printed barrel as well, just to for a little padding there. Sweet. Very cool.
Look what you poor SOBs have to do now because of the chat, man. Making everybody glow everything up to the insane levels they are.
Yeah. This little painted guy. Oh man, that's a dope one too. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, okay, but let me turn the light off to do this UV real quick though. Because the UV on this dude is just like stellar. Man, it's hard to tell in this light, but it's like that yellow green. God damn, it is hard too. Yeah, real nice. Damn, some really good UV on that one.
Yeah, it's sick as hell. It's like looks almost like bloody and gory almost with like a skeleton inside.
Yeah, and then you hit it with the teeth glow and the eyes glow too. Bam. Oh, man, another good one. Hmm. Yeah, dude, I shouldn't have hit it with that light first because now it's hard to tell what it is, but yeah, man, this one has like some really really hardcore UV on it. Um, glow. I'm sorry, glow on it. Man, really nice. There's a really nice fade on this one too, from like you can kind of see it there at the bottom of the feed. It's like a lavender and goes up into a just lighter lavender, but man, it's got so much glow on it right now. It's hard to see exactly what color that is, but
Looks almost like an
really,
alcoholic beverage, some kind of a fancy beverage.
yeah, really cool fade on that, man. Whew, way nice.
Sarah Booth, have a good night.
That dude has a machete. He does. And you know what, man? Like, God, well, maybe we'll have to go back when it cools down, but yeah, you can't really, it's hard to see it. All right. And then that's the last figure. But this one, I think this one's really gonna freaking light up too. Just got a feeling. Oh man. Yeah. It's hard to see it, man. It's this is exactly what we were just talking about, is sometimes they light up so good that it's hard to see the detail on them. But I'm telling you, man, in your hand, this thing is freaking awesome. I'll have to try to take some pictures of these as a group and post those. But dude, and you know what's cool, man? I really like the toxic theme on there, man. It is like these things are toxic and they just have like toxic shit all over them because they glow and the UV is so hard on them.
I
Very
was gonna
nice.
say,
Too.
and then they glow like freaking crazy too.
Yeah, that's funny. Boom. Okay, now we're going to take a look at some giveaways. Just real quick. So here's one. Now, if you go to their store, you'll actually see these on there. This is very cool. This is the, if you're a fan of Back to the Future, which if you're not, what's wrong with you? Because I am. The Man DeLorean. Got the DeLorean torso there. Very cool. Magnetic articulation. Bam. On the legs, on the head. Very cool. Sweet, man. Giveaway. Thank you, sir. That's a really cool one. This other one, this is a chunky boy right here, man. This Frankenstein head. Bam. I don't know if you remember, there was a figure that he was working on. Frankenhead black wash with a clear coat.
That thing's huge, man.
Yes. I mean, it is. And it's solid too, man. Chunky.
Fuck.
That is very cool. Love that. That's a very cool one. And then here's another cool one. This was previously unreleased, is what this was. It's got a bling tooth on it. Mang. There's a little, oh, bam, you can see it really good right there. That's cool. That's like a little jewel thing on its tooth. That's what you're looking at right there. Almost looks like a light. Bubba Drock, peace out. Bubba Drock had some couple drops recently. I think we talked about those last week, but cool stuff. Bam. So those are all giveaways donated. Um, thank you, man. That's awesome. There was plenty of stickers in there as well.
Damn. That Mandalorian, I believe, is from the first drop as well.
Yeah, it's dope, dude. I love it. That's very cool.
And Kyle Kerwin, yeah, it's clever, man.
Yeah. And it's solid too, man. You know what I mean? Like it's not like, it's quality, dude. Magnets are super quality. These guns are in the hand, which I like, dude. You don't have to worry about fucking with those or them falling out or anything. They're there. You know what I mean? And if we're talking about display purposes only, which we do a lot, fuck, dude. I mean, I have no problem if someone wants to glue a gun in or something like that so it doesn't come out. Do it. That's one less thing for me to have to keep track of. I'm not bullshitting you, dude. I have a mug full of weapons that have, come loose in boxes or something like that. And I don't know what they belong to. And now I just have piles and piles of swords and guns, and who the hell knows what a lot of them go to. But that's just part of it. But yeah, dude, this is sick. So this will be a giveaway. We will definitely give some of these away in a few weeks on the big show, and probably some in the future as well, man. Just kind of week to week. But these are very cool, man. Thank you again. What a Canadian, huh?
Man.
Very cool.
It's a nice chat, man. Very, very, very nice individual. Oh.
He says the guns do come out, but could crack. Yeah, I mean, they feel like they're in there pretty tight, man. I'd probably just leave them in. I mean, it looks cool with them. I would probably just leave them in. Whoever wins those. Man.
If you don't mind, I have my Dre's A box.
Yes, I forgot you had a box.
No, that's okay. Dre's A's did those the like swamp man. I'm not gonna get the name right. I'm so sorry. The swamp man things. The magnets. And of course, I'm Swampy Boy, man. So admittedly, I was in Huntsville at the time, actually, and Dre Aziz was kind enough to reach out to me while I was there and let me know they're going to be dropping a couple of these. I don't know if they've got any left. I know there was like 3 in the shop at the time, but I couldn't help it. Yeah, and admittedly, I really like the fact. So it reminds me personally of the Yolanda figure, the like Spanish bootleg from like '92. And that's what I find really dope. Yo, Mr. Ultraviolet. Oh man, I napped through the app. Nah, we're going long for some reason this episode. Didn't even miss it, man. Well, as you mentioned, stickers, which, dude, I'll be honest with you, I was thinking about this earlier today too. Originally, back in the day, I was a little bit kind of like, I didn't necessarily understand the sticker thing. Nowadays, there's times I wish there's certain artists I don't have stickers from that I'm definitely kind of like, oh shit, I wish I had one of their stickers from their drops and stuff. So Dre Aziz, man, sick on the stickers. I'm gonna rip this envelope open. If you're cool with it, I'll probably even throw a couple in with the 8-bit mic pieces as well. Maybe that'll confuse people, but who knows? Hopefully, hopefully it won't.
No, I'm gonna do the same thing, man, because he gave me a nice stack too. Absolutely, yeah.
Right, the Toxie drums, the dope Dre Aziz, very like.
Cool. I love that look, dude.
Because I don't recognize the logos themselves, though.
I don't, but that bottom one reminds me of like a 70s or 80s arcade game or something for some reason. But I love that look, dude. I love the yellow and red too. Sick.
It reminds me of like the Shell gas station logo for some reason.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Terrible Toy Works. Good night, homie. And if I can, my hands don't work apparently. Well,
Terrible Toy Works, thanks for coming in, my dude.
Terrible Toy Works, beautiful work, man.
Dude.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now this one, It's green with a bit of black wash on there.
Yeah, like that. How big is that? Is that like the size of a quarter? Or that's more like
About a loony. You guys don't have a loony there though. So I'll grab a quarter. A little bigger than a quarter.
Okay. What kind of quarter is that? Is that a
Good
Canadian
question. This is it just so happened just to fuck shit up. I grabbed, I guess, like a I don't know, some like event. It normally does not have this on there. This is
And you
just a
grabbed
weird
it.
episode.
You grabbed a Chuck E. Cheese token.
Yeah, apparently. So our normal quarters actually have the caribou on them.
Oh, okay, okay. I have seen those.
Yeah, the other one I guess is like a random event one. Um, and then of course my UV light's sitting over there, so I'll have to take a rad picture of it and post that, or reach over there in a second and grab that.
Yeah,
And then
Suki says $half size. Yeah, I agree. That's a little bit bigger than a quarter.
you guys have a $half coin?
We do, but I mean, you're not gonna find you're not gonna get a $half at the store or anything like that. It's something you're gonna have to go to the bank for, or like your grandpa gave you one back in the day, or even a dollar coin. They still have those too. But I'm not into fucking coins, bro. Like, let's just fuck all coins and just make everything like rounded dollars. Like, I don't give a fuck if you have to raise things like 10 cents.
No
Jesus
nickels,
Christ, bro. Enough
no
with
any of that.
the pennies, bro. We still use pennies. What the fuck is that, man? Like, who wants a pocket full of pennies or pennies in your car? Like, can we just do away with that?
You guys don't sell
don't know.
pennies, do you?
Oh, fuck yeah, we do. Dude, we got pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, $half, dollars, and then you get in paper money.
Dude, we don't have the penny anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna show up a couple things here. Andrea says, if you're still chilling, please feel free to school us, because I've seen this guy before. Yo, check out this little butt. Of course, that's instantly what I noticed. Is that it's got two little butt cheeks hanging out the back.
Carolina Cool Cat, thanks for coming in, my dude.
And obviously, I'm gonna have to grab a UV at some point, because now this is insanity to me, because I don't know why Drezays was kind enough to do this. You know I'm a weirdo, man. Just
did he send that to you?
Did.
Nice.
And
that's very cool.
Dre, dude, it's a scaredy ghost.
Scaredy ghost. There you go.
And I like, what's like, man.
Oh, he said it's his play on a Pac-Man ghost. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Well, and you've got the Pac-Man.
That's cool, man. I actually got one of those owls too. It's red though. I'm sorry, that's not an owl.
It's like a Viking.
It's a little, yeah, it's like a little Viking guy. Yeah. Sure. Dope, man.
Trey is his dog. Says, okay, open it. The mold? Is that okay? Dude.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
It's got Frankenhead.
Oh, that's dope.
And then, yeah, the other one's a Viking. Man.
Nice.
Gorgeous casts, dude. Like, super clean. Super clean. Gorgeous, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
Dude. And then I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty jokes to me that if I've got the interpretation of one of the ghosts, you've got the Pac-Man with the bling tooth, man. Just so
that's dope, man.
It was a fat lip fail Frank. Damn, dude. I really appreciate you tossing that mold, man. I'm weird when we're on film doing these things like this. B knows, he's like, yeah, Crumbs is a fucking weirdo when we're doing these. But otherwise, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Dude, it's so, and there you go again, and with an artist that is just started making stuff and just starts dropping all this cool stuff, dude. And what a great dude. So, man, I was gonna say these guys, I was gonna say first drop, but that's obviously not the first drop because the Mandalorians were out before that. But
And then the Frank heads, I believe, were actually in the shop as well.
yeah, you're right, they were, because I did take a look at that shop. But solid work, dude, and clean, right? Like here's one of those magnets, and this one's all black. But it is, I mean, it is super, it's crisp, nice and glossy. Bam. Very good magnet work. Nice, man. Really cool pieces there. Nice packaging too, you know, with the sticker on the outside. Nice bag. Simple, easy, clean.
Clean.
Nice job, man. Nice job.
No, absolutely. And admittedly, like I would even say that's one of those situations where it's like a no-brainer that Loud Monkey number 9 gets like is always kind of watching that page as well, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I've got way too much light happening on my side. But same thing, man. That
Yeah.
UV and glow in the dark on there.
Yeah, that was dope when you held it from behind. Yeah, for sure.
Same as that. I think Bootleg Toyco ended up grabbing one of these guys as well.
Nice.
Gorgeous sculptural work on theirs, man. Nice
Yeah.
package. Jeez. Oh, Big Head Frank was the first.
Oh, nice. Cool. God, that's a chunky piece, dude. Yeah, that is a chunky piece. God, dude, you know what? That would look good next to the Healy made Morticia head. They're about the same scale. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah. That's all I had to open. I do have one more giveaway. Did you have any more tabs you want to look at, or you want to open up anything else? What do you got? Fucking pocket salsa, you fucker.
So I have been really curious though. What is this from Karma de Pero that
It
you've
is.
been holding on to?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I first saw that, I was like, oh man, that's dope. And then I got it. And when I showed it, you made a comment about it and you were like, oh, that's dope. And then I'm like, man, I don't really have a connection to that piece besides I just thought it looked dope. So that's actually the piece that started the whole box. After you said that, I put that in a box and set it aside, and then just started slowly adding stuff to that box. But that's the piece that started it all, was that guy. That thing's been sitting in a box for months, dude.
And it's sort of Sparklore, right? This is like a bootleg of like it is originally a Motu character, right?
It looks like yeah, like Scareglow, possibly because of the crack in the skull there, that he's got the same thing.
I thought there was a guy like this that has like sparkles all through him. But dude, honestly, right away I was like, well, this is going on the swap shelf with all the purple and green, probably next to like the fucking has been toy skeleton. Absolutely. And I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't popped it because we all know that these things smell typically like blow plastics. I've been kind of like waiting to just get a good sniff of it, but like,
yeah, man. And you know what, dude? The ones that I have a couple other. I have a Czarface and an MF Doom. And I was debating on whether I should open those or not, because I think a lot of the part of what I like about the Mexican bootleg is the packaging.
oh yeah, but like
in the cart, yeah. I mean, it's just so yeah.
Now, what I'm curious about is knowing that it's a Karma de Pero. it actually even has a KDP carved into the back of the head there.
Oh, that's funny. I did not notice that. Oh, yeah, folklore said Spectratron. Exactly.
Spectratron, there we go.
Yeah, I have a couple of Jevaho Spectratron pieces, and Frankenlander. He's big on that too.
Fuck, dude. I don't know how you can't open them. The smell of that old-timey blow plastic is like one of my favorite smells in the world, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, Karma de Perro, man. I mean, and those things are, dude, they're so cheap. They're so cheap, dude. And they're cool. That's what I was hoping to find at the place Denios that I went to last weekend. Me and Hurt ended up going up there in Roseville. And honestly, dude, did not find any of that we were looking for. Found a lot of other stuff, but it all seemed I don't even know how to categorize it. It's not what we were looking for. I know that much. We did find one guy who had a bunch of vintage Motu stuff that Hurt actually bought a few things from, but yeah, not what we really were looking for. But that's cool, man. I don't know. I hope you like it.
Oh man, right away. Like I said, being purple and green, it was like, well, this is going right on the swamp shelf, absolutely. And they're fun, man. I really appreciate that. Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. How about another giveaway?
We can do that.
This guy right here.
Well,
Toys Alive special.
You beat me to the punch there. Is that Jesus? No.
It says blue column Jesus.
So, Mr. Ultraviolet, I'm going to toss you onto the wheel, and I'll make sure to catch you. Sorry.
Oh, all good, man. So this one's got a pillar, and then another torso figure, and then another rook. Bam. Toys Alive special. Robert Bloom, lifetime is crazy. Yeah, man, it's like that for a lot of people. Unfortunately, I don't know how to get around that, but we're seems like we're half an hour ahead of you guys.
It really does feel that way at sometimes. Alrighty, just going through the wheel here. We're that far behind. You guys don't even see the wheel yet.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Yeah, we're probably a good minute ahead, almost.
I was gonna say, I almost actually even mentioned like, oh, okay, well it's 12:02, and you guys are just seeing the wheel now. But
yeah,
if you don't see your name in here, as I mentioned, Mr. Ultraviolet, you'd be the most recent one that I've tossed into the wheel of names here. Please chime in if you don't see yourself and you'd like in. Robert Bloom, I did get you right before Mr. Ultraviolet. Dope. With that lag, I just want to make sure you guys get a little bit of a time to see it. Otherwise, we're going to give that a spin. We're at that 3-hour, 2-minute mark tonight, man. We stank it up.
Well, we still have the Von Fake name giveaway.
Oh, goodness me, yes.
Forgot about that.
Pocket Salsa, I was so close in there. Congratulations to Pocket Salsa, getting a nice little 8-bit mic pack.
Damn. Good one. Pocket Salsa.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say there. I was gonna say something about this. If you wanted to do that giveaway. Or if you had something else you want to close out with this, or
I'm gonna wrap up with some under 1000s.
Yes,
so
nice.
There's a couple tabs we didn't get to tonight, but in the very least, I want to make sure we get to those under 1000 toys because I feel as though that's like one of my favorite places to kind of hit. I'm starting with Spiral Toy Ltd. Now they're just actually over that 1000 mark with 1062, but I still wanted to come over here because check out these fucking Godzillas that they're doing it right now. And they're just over that 1000 mark. So I felt like, you know what? we should still give this Spiral Toy LTD some love because holy cow, these are nuts.
Those are sick.
So these are going to be a Marmite President sculpt, I believe. Masami Yamada. Smart. This piece here with the spikes clipping in. And next up on the under 1000s, Legends of the Hidden Force. So if anything, for any of you guys out there who love the Joes, this might be right up your alley. They've got like the full shoulder joints you guys all seem to love. This rounded up top at the legs. Very Joe-like.
Yeah, it is. For sure.
And James Arson. Another example, in my opinion, of like where I believe 3D printing has just kind of skyrocketed this last little bit, man. Like that's wild.
Yeah, dude, for sure. And some of those other ones that had it looked like a collab. I couldn't really tell. That MMPR. Yeah, dude. Holy crap, dude. That's what caught my attention when I came across that that account. I was like, what the hell is that?
Well, it even blows my mind when we see dudes under 1,000 accounts and this much work on a table.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Dude, 12. Yeah, he's got a setup of probably 20 pieces out there.
Look at these Toxies.
Oh, that's clean. I didn't even see that. Nice.
And then,
damn, that's nice. Made and painted by him? Look at that shit.
I know. That's what I was just reading as well, man.
What the hell?
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh,
and
bro,
look at that consistency.
Yeah, man. Look at the paintwork, too.
That's what I mean. The consistency of the paintwork between the two. It's like, damn, dude. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, because when you're looking at these, it's almost hard to tell, like, are these painted? Are these, but then when you see their paint apps, you're like, these are painted, like more than likely, you know?
Yeah.
Pocket Salsa's beat us to the punch. He's like, you gotta show and sit that I'm already seeing.
Yeah, no kidding.
James Arson. Damn. Bazooka Toy Factory. So I'm interested in this this indie toy maker here. I'm trying to see what the heck they're going to be up to, man. We've got coffin phases, but also they're already doing castings of silver, sand casting 2 chicken wishbones out of silver. Now, sand casting, if I'm not mistaken, that's like a sand mold, right?
Sand casting, yeah.
Where you basically have like a big bin of sand and you're pouring like the actual silver, like the melted silver into a mold that's been made in literal sand. Am I crazy? Zymot Co. I don't blame you, man. Trying to have a great evening. Robert Bloom. It's no big deal. It's no big deal, y'all.
Wait. Go back real quick. What did that say about scraped resin in the top left?
Dusted off the pressure pot.
The return of scraped resin. What?
There you go. Bobby Monitos.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Okay, so this makes sense then. So scraped resin is actually
so
Bobby
that's
Monitos.
That. Oh, fuck
and I guess
man. Hold on, let me write that down.
There you go. Because I know you were actually talking about how you were disappointed when you couldn't find more scraped resin stuff.
Bro, that dude disappeared. Me and Hella were talking about that because he's from Sacramento.
Yeah, so it even actually show hashtag with Sacramento artist.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I guess like I said, dusting off the pressure pot specifically for their favorite art show, aka this Clutter Magazine in action figure show happening.
Oh, bro, see what he's got going right there, man. That's exactly what I was collecting from him. Was these he made like this luchador wrestling line, and dude, he had some great figures going, dude. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to hit him up and Just see. Man, look at that. Yowza.
That's fun.
Dude, I'm bummed that I'm happy that I just found this, and I'm bummed that I just found this, dude. That was 30 weeks ago that he posted that.
18 on this.
Mm, mm.
But hey,
Yeah, dude.
there you go.
Wow.
Profane Creations. WTF, dog.
Oh, man, they went all out.
And like what, 221? I think this was one of the figures we were looking at near Christmas time.
Yes. Yes. What did we see that on?
Probably our show.
Was that in a show?
I'm not even sure right now anymore, man, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I definitely remember we were creeping that eye when it first dropped.
Yeah.
Jeez. I can't get over that when that shit happens, man.
Yeah.
BP Customs. This was one that you actually fired our way.
Yeah, lots of die-cast stuff.
Okay.
And it looks like just some custom stuff, but there was some other 3D stuff in there, and some of these vehicles vehicles is something that we touched on last week, where we just don't see a whole lot of them. And I think what brought that up was Frankenlander's piece in that show was that Road Ripper that he actually made. And we just started talking about vehicles, and you just don't see it a lot. So anybody that's customizing just vehicles, it's like, shit, man, that's pretty cool.
I'm loving Doompi's color palette right now, man.
Very Easter.
Very Easter. I like those opaques, I'll admit.
Hey, and what do you know? It's a rabbit.
Hey, what do you know? Couple rabbits, couple
Suki.
cakes, couple balloons.
Thanks for coming in, Suki. Check you later.
We just now thought you were talking about resin bowls scraped. Yo, dirty. I haven't smoked a resin bowl in forever. If anything, there would be hard ass times we call it fishing for resin. And I had this wire that was bent in such a way that I could send it down into my bong and up into like that part right above the water where you get all that dirty ass fucking res. Yeah, y'all know. And then put on a plate with a napkin to dry out. Smoke that shit in a joint later. Fert Customs.
Oh man, dude. Okay, so that's what I was looking at right there, dude. That's wild.
It's impressive whenever somebody is using a material that's very difficult to control. And so yeah, and when you're looking at like metal Motu bootlegs, come on.
Dude, okay, and check it out, bro. There are the arms are articulated.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's going on there? Is that magnetic or?
Oh yeah, but he didn't do the weapons. No, I don't know. I'd almost even wonder if it would be easier to joint them. I have no idea though.
No idea.
But I don't even...
So the Belkin 78 is actually who made those.
Okay, my apologies.
The metal ones. So yeah, the Belkin 78. The only problem is that's a private account. So I hit them up to follow them, and I don't think they've accepted yet. But those metal ones were made by somebody else. Those are sick.
An interesting faker head.
Yeah.
Night Terror Toys is another one that you're gonna fire in my way.
Yeah, those 3.75s in the top left are the ones that caught my eye. That Frankenstein on the left I thought was cool. Australia.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Melbourne, actually, and I believe that's where Titty Bean's from. So
Titty is from the Melbourne area.
Yeah, dude, those are cool. I like those space trucks.
Yeah, you were laying them down hard today. The Andy Warhol astronauts from the Broken Gun Crew, bootleg recast NPC spacemen with no other purpose than maybe demonstrating an industrial garbage shredder. There you go. Oh, fun. Oh,
Really
miniature.
cool.
Yeah.
Syracuse, New York.
Okay. Stiff plastic, no markings, probably copies, NPC, making reforms. That's just it, though. It's kind of neat sometimes just to see some of these old fucking casts get some new life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's what I liked about the Spaceman or the Underwater Diver. I don't know exactly what that one was, but that's exactly what it reminded me of just those kind of old school. Yeah.
Well, and hell, you were even talking about the Army Men just what, like a week or two ago? The fucking
Yeah.
Timmies.
Yeah. Right. One fake name said Speed Skull. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
that Resin Blood Speed Skull. I agree, man. That's a sick one.
This artist caught me off guard. One, the MC Chris, but also, where are we here? They've got a bunch of work with actually this artist here, Cherry,
Hmm.
from the Cherry
Oh,
Comics. What were you gonna?
hmm.
Oh,
Well, I was just gonna say Cherry as in like Cherry Brothers
I wondered, but
or Adam.
I think, well, and that's just it. Like, I was wondering if it was Adam Cherry, because that's just how my brain works with Cherry Comics. But it's a character that you or I guess, weren't familiar with, I guess, well enough.
Yeah. Huh. Because I don't think that was I don't think that's their logo.
No.
Um
So it's based on this character here.
Gotcha. Okay. Dre, thanks for coming in, man. Dope stuff. Thank you again for the donations on the giveaways, good sir.
Ooh. I got chased by a
Kyle,
rabid bat in Syracuse, New York, and watched a guy
I
wash his
was,
ass in a water fountain. Nice. Nice,
I
nice,
was just gonna
nice.
comment on that. Damn, dude, that sounds like a San Francisco day.
That's oh, jeez. Friggin' Slug Industries. Now, admittedly, I ended up stumbling upon this account because I was on the Toys Alive account. I wanted to see if Slug Toys was maybe posting anything new. And Slug Industries popped up, and I was like, well, you know what? Let's take a little look into Slug Industries. So they've actually got this piece coming out in the DKE Con 2023 as
Hmm.
well. Portrait of an Artist as a Schoolboy by Slug Industries.
Robin. It says Robin at the top. Is Robin just the name? Oh, a tribute Banksy toy. Oh,
Like the
okay.
ultra fresh Banksy piece.
Huh.
But like crazy paint apps, man. Bunch of little miniatures. Like, jeez.
Quick and easy-ish.
Right?
Nothing about that looks easy.
And this is gonna be our last under 1,000. I can't believe this artist is under 1,000. 395. Dude, do you remember this
Oh, wow,
episode of King of the
dude.
Hill?
I do not. I don't know this artist.
So one, it kills me that like we don't see King of the Hill pieces too often. This is gonna be based off of like a little tiny I think it was a Kid Robot like set that came out recently-ish. But this particular episode, Bobby basically goes to learn how to fight, and the YMCA doesn't have any kickboxing classes, so he ends up joining a woman's self-defense class, where of course he ends up learning the phrase "Let go of that's my purse. I don't know you," and starts kicking other boys in the school in the dick. And this individual decided that it deserves its whole own piece called "That's My Purse."
That's funny, man.
It looks like Plastic Purpose Toys. So 232 followers, man. That's wild. So any King of the Hill fans out there, Get on this. This is a beautiful piece, in my opinion.
Damn, good work though, man.
I don't know you. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, man. And it's even funny, like Hank gets called into the principal's office thinking kind of like, yeah, okay, like my kid's starting to stand up for himself. And he's like, no, Hank, you don't get it. And he's like, Bobby, why don't you tell your parents how like the fight with so and so went? He's like, well, he hit me and I kicked him in the dick. It's like, and how about the fight with so and so? Kicked him in the dick. It's like, of course it all sold out. Yeah, dang it.
Oh
Well,
wow,
you're gonna have to
nice.
try and find it on eBay, guys. Now you know.
Yeah.
The Grody Shogun is visit. What does that even mean? The Grody Shogun is visit. Punk and Salsa, get back on the road.
Hailing the Grody Shogun U.S. visit. What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. Did you want to do this? This giveaway?
Yeah, that beautiful Von Fake Name giveaway. You bet your
Yes.
bottom I do, man. Von Fake Name,
Um,
gorgeous work, dude.
yeah, gorgeous work, dude. Oh, so if you know a space for a Grody Shogun pop up, hit them up. Hmm. This thing glows like crazy, man, and every part of it glows. It's really, really cool. And actually, shoot, dude, when you get off the wheel here, this is Patient Zero Homer, is what it is, and it's actually written.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's written on the bottom. I'll show it to you here in a
Hal
minute.
Kerwin, Grody is a person. Yeah, I did see Grody's face in one of those little videos there a second ago on their page. I did definitely see Grody's face there. I just really wasn't too sure how Grody worked
Oh
in with
yeah,
the whole thing.
yeah. No, I know who Grody Shogun is. I didn't understand what is handling the Grody Shogun U.S. visit. I wasn't sure what that meant. But if they live outside the states and they're coming in over here to sell some stuff, that's cool. I've seen just some brief things of his lives. His lives are
Hmm.
really, really long, really long.
Full
And
paint
it seems like
sessions
they were,
usually.
yeah. And for a while there, man, they were very, very consistent. They were almost daily. And it seems like that's kind of cooled down a little bit. But yeah,
I've always wondered, I'll admit, I know that he's worked with Lulu Bell Toys for I believe the last 10 or 16 years, but I've often wondered if Lulu Bell Toys is basically like a subdivision of, or if Grody Shogun, the artist, is a subdivision of Lulu Bell Toys, the production. But I don't know. There's no real like
huh.
word on that. Alrighty. So if anybody does not see yourself on this name for that rad as hell Patient Zero Homer by Mr. Von Fake Name, please chime in and we'll make sure to put you on the wheel. I know that lag time is a little bit low. Luke is a cool dude and they're friends with him. He wants to come here to sell some stuff and teach a sort of class on how to produce a super food toy. Fair.
Oh, nice.
All right, I'm gonna hit the spinning on the wheel.
Mr. Ultraviolet.
The wheel has spoken. Congratulations, Mr. Ultraviolet.
Mr. Ultraviolet, please hit us up in the DMs for your address. Let me write this down real quick. Mr. Ultraviolet, first time winner, yeah?
I believe it's a first time winner. We had a couple
Yeah,
first time
nice.
winners tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Patient Zero.
A Patient Zero Homer from Mr. Von Fake Name.
Yeah, so here's the bottom of that.
Oh,
And you can see-
Snapples.
yeah. Cool, man. I should have showed this earlier. But it says Happy Toys Day. February 15th, 23 is actually when he sent this. Or when he made it. Von Fake Name, Patient Zero Homer. Bam, there you go. That's so cool, dude, that he wrote Happy Toys Day on there. That's awesome.
It's now marked in there. It's ingrained.
Yeah. Sweet. Coming your way. Very nice.
All right, man. We've done unboxings this evening. We have gone over a bunch of different new accounts coming out. We have shown off giveaway pieces. Is there anything else that you want to leave us with as we approach this 3.5 hour mark?
And no, I don't think so, man. We got a lot more giveaway stuff. Probably show that next week. Next week, just to give you a quick preview of some openings that I have next week. NRH. If you're familiar with them, everybody should be familiar with them. NRH, Retro Band, Ordinary Toys, Nasty the Plastic, and Mallow Toys. And I just remembered we'll look at some Healy made stuff next week too, because there's a few pieces I have acquired from him recently that we'll take a look at. So that'll all be next week. And then next week, stay tuned for the delivery, or I mean, for the giveaway, man. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, but we got some really, really cool shit. So we'll figure that out during the week.
I look forward to it, man. Thank you for another fucking wonderful night. Everybody in the chat there, thank you so much for a fucking lovely night. Giveaway galore. Anybody who ended up winning something here today, I know I've got a couple listed here. I got some name tags on there. Please reach out to us in the DMs, either on the Toys Alive account or through one of the private accounts, and we will make sure to get that off to you ASAP. Love it, man.